Go to boot.dev and use code KINDAFUNNY to get 25% off your first year on the annual plan. If you want to get our shows ad-free and our exclusive shows, go to patreon.com/kindafunny.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to your Kinda Funny live reaction to the Xbox Developer Direct for January 22nd, 2026. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside Forbes 30 Under 30, Blessing Adeoye Jr.
Do we have to listen to the music in the background? Can we,
I think it's soothing. I like it.
I feel like we're about to be abducted or something.
Of course, the best voice in the business, Paris Lilly.
Period, point, whatever the hell you
Point
guys
blank, period. You're never going to get a t-shirt if you don't fucking say the same thing over. Master of Hype, Snowbike Mike.
What up, Greg? Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. The Rogue One at Gary Witta.
What a stacked panel.
I know, right?
Man, I mean, Andy notwithdstanding. I mean, this is
God
very
damn.
impressive lineup.
There's the stray. You know what I mean? Kevin's not on camera, so Gary's got to swing on Andy. His man, Cartop, Texas, Tree, blah, 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 blah. Twitch.tv, Andy Cortez.
I'm here.
Are you excited, Andy? That's the most important thing. Are you excited?
Yeah, because I want to see what Game Freak can do when Nintendo isn't telling them to finish a game in 4 months.
Okay.
I'm so stoked to see what, the last time we saw Beast of Reincarnation, it looked a little framey in some spots, but it's like, wow, this looks a little bit better than a Pokemon game, so it's really exciting to see what they can do unshackled,
Of course, we are 6 minutes away from the start of the Xbox Developer Direct. You can watch along with us as we react and see it for the first time. Then, of course, we'll do our Kinda Funny Gamescast post-show and review breakdown as always before going into your usual programming day. Kinda Funny Games Daily, in review for Pulp Fiction, and then, of course, some video games as the boys jump in. Andy and Roger, No Rest for the Wicked co-op.
Episode 2 of
Episode
Gamescast
2.
Plays.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that. Oh, whoa, wow.
Putting you on today on a Thursday.
That's what I like to see, Mike. Good to have you back in the office.
Great to have you, and of course, thank you to everybody watching and listening to the buzz. Of course, to my XCast reunion.
I was going to say, more
Great
importantly,
to
the
see
Xcast reunited on this.
Great.
All three of us in person. That's
in
rare.
person.
Yeah.
Great hoodie. Great T-shirt, Greg.
I should have worn mine.
Thank you.
never got canceled.
Screwed up.
I'll tell you what, Blessing Adeoye wears the XCast merch more than anybody. So I assumed he'd be wearing
I
it.
almost wore it today. I really like that.
It's the pit night in America, so I got to wear my pit hoodie. My
Oh,
Dr.
yeah.
Robbie hoodie.
What's he talking about?
I don't know.
This is the
Does that say
Dr.
Bird?
Robbie.
Edinburgh?
You don't watch the pit, do you?
I don't know. I've seen it. The ER sequel.
Yes.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Jen will have it on, and I'll be playing games around there. I love that Noah Wiley.
Oh, he's the best.
He is the best. You know what I mean?
I would. Noah Wiley is so good. I would let him be my doctor. Like,
Wow.
I'd be good with it. Like whatever he
When he was
recommends.
doing that show about the aliens invading America. or
Falling
whatever,
Skies, yeah, that was good too.
I got to interview him at Comic-Con, and I got to tell him how much I love Pirates of Silicon Valley.
That's right, because he played Steve Jobs.
Exactly. He's like,
Yeah.
thank you. That really means a lot.
Noah Wiley's a fucking legend. I'm so glad that he's back in the frame because the guy, underappreciated guy.
100%.
Yeah.
Now, of course, we're not here to talk about Noah Wiley or his career. We're here to talk about the Xbox Direct. I'm sure you already know, but if you didn't, it's going down today, and they describe it as 2026 is going to be an incredible year for Xbox players. You might even call it ... a fabled year. To celebrate, we're kicking off with the 4th installment of our Developer Direct broadcast on January 22nd, bringing you news, new gameplay, and insights directly from the incredible teams working on titles coming this year. Of course, we already know Playground is here with Fable, Playground is here with Forza, and Game Freak is here with Beast of Reincarnation. But Paris Lilly,
Greg Miller.
Mr. Xbox, there's always this talk of a 4th game.
Yes.
What do you
Mr.
think that's going to be?
Xbox.
Yeah.
Let's save that for
Oh my
later. But
God.
Wow.
You admitted on the last Games Daily you're playing more PlayStation 5 than Xbox.
I'm hedging my bets.
Yeah.
Paris just jumped ship a long time ago. He missed the PlayStation. We all know this. Come put on that hoodie and cosplay an Xbox guy.
I just love I love
Unbelievable.
games. Okay.
He loves games.
But to answer your question about the 4th game, I have no idea. There's obviously been some rumors. Potentially, is it God, what was it called? Start with a K. Clint? I don't know.
I
We'll
think
see.
the surprise
I
is
have
they're
no
going to
idea.
go. We only have 2, actually. There is no 4th.
There's no 3rd. Oh, Kiln.
Yeah,
Yes. Of course, Kiln was the Double Fine one.
Yeah,
They've been
Double
talking
Fine
about
game.
forever and ever. Like it was a Ambrosia Game Jam of 2019 or
Yeah.
something like that when we looked it up and we're talking about it on the show. That would make sense. Okay, sure. Do we get a day and date drop today, Mike? Is there something they're releasing right now?
No, not today. You unfortunately will get teased with everything, but we will get a Fable date, and it will be the first half of the year.
No.
You like that, Greg?
No.
You gave me the
Wow.
face like, what? I'm going to give you some spice.
it.
It's this first half because the second half we already know.
I half agree. I
Halo
think
and
it's,
Gears.
I think they will date it.
you get Fable in August.
I think you get it.
Yeah, I think I'll date it, but I think it'll be second half of the year.
Okay.
Okay, I'm excited.
Well, that's a pizza bet. Me and Mike.
Pizza bet.
I
Yeah,
Hit
think
the pizza bet
but
graphic
speaking
if
of
we
that,
can.
I think Halo's in August.
Halo's in August. You push it up forward away.
Here's what I think they do: Dev Direct or the June showcase, Gearsy Day Dev Direct, Halo in August, Fable in September, Gears in October, Call of Duty first week of November.
Yeah, because you don't.
second half of the year.
Forza in that, or did you say?
May, well, allegedly May. I guess we'll find out here
We
soon.
know that's early.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need a whole lot of time for Halo because they won't be playing multiplayer.
Right. There's no
There's
multiplayer.
just the campaign.
What if that's the fourth game?
Because
For a smaller project, it's Halo multiplayer.
if you think about it, with the 25th anniversary,
They're making a big deal about it. Keep mentioning
GTA
that.
6 comes out that week.
Yeah.
They're not going to drop anything.
Gotta get
huge
away from that.
week.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's a demilitarized.
Of course,
zone.
you
gotta
can
stay
be
out
a
of there.
super chatter on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames to be part of our reactions, to be part of the post show. I will need your reviews when we get there. Right now, Gary the Third super chats and says, "Hey, say hi to my wife Celine, who's watching with me. Hi, Celine.
Hello, Celine.
Also, Fallout Shadow Drop, please, please, please. As you all know, I've refused to drink Kool-Aid. That I'm getting my Fallout remasters anytime soon, right? But I did run into a TikTok yesterday that made a pretty compelling case that it could happen today, and I'm like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to
all
know.
reports I've seen is that no, you're not going to get that.
I know,
anytime
but I
soon.
want to believe the TikTok. It's called drinking the Kool-Aid.
Do you? I mean, it's perhaps limited by the fact that they've already said this is games coming this year. So like a first look at something that would be farther out probably won't happen. But
Yeah.
like, do you think there's any chance of a moment coming up where we go, oh shit, I didn't see that coming? Like, is there like a real surprise?
I think
possible?
so. I think that's definitely possible for what
Okay.
we're working on here. Yeah.
Would it be
Okay.
crazy to see OD?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that not this year? You're not. This is not this year. OD.
They love this Starfield font. That's what I'm noticing, Bless.
that
You
the
want to talk
Starfield
about
font?
people drinking copium?
Oh yeah. This is,
What is this,
My
what is
bros
this-
on the no sodium
is this
Starfield
concept
subreddit.
art?
All of them are like, you really think it won't be at the direct? I'm like,
What is this? What is this concept art from?
Beast
here?
of Reincarnation.
Okay.
We are 10 seconds out, everybody. We are kind of funny. Thank you for watching along. Like, subscribe, share. We are live each and every day. If you have Amazon Prime and you're on Twitch, you have Twitch Prime. Go ahead and give us a free
All right, let's
sub right
get into it.
now. This year marks 25 years of Xbox, a milestone that celebrates the diverse storytellers, teams, and fans that bring the worlds to life. Nice logo.
I like the
Let's
logo,
take a
yeah.
closer look at some of the amazing games coming this year, straight from the creators building them. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
I'd get
Come
through
on.
it. I got through
This
it.
guy
Available on
read.
day one Game
Day one
Pass.
Game
That's what we
Pass.
like to see.
All right.
And
And of
Xbox
course, play anywhere. Yeah.
Yep. Cross saves, cross progression. I
That's
like
what you
to
want.
speak in
That's
my
what you want.
language.
That's how it's got to be.
Everything's
dirty
an
to me.
Xbox.
What do we start with?
Wow, no
Fable.
mature game.
Fable.
So they're doing this like
Forza.
no bells and whistles, right?
I think Forza.
It's just trailers. I like
Beast of Reincarnation.
18. I like that.
Peggy 18.
Mature.
There we go.
Mature across the board.
Take
Look
it
at
back
that.
to our mature game.
We have the lamest like mature logo. Everybody's just so cool other than ours.
the M.
Yeah.
You wanted to say 18?
I want to be all
Isn't
red
it
like
mature
that.
for us
It looks
17 though?
scary. Who knows?
Damn, this looks good, dude.
They always do a nice job with this.
Real-time graphics.
Is this AI?
I'm telling you, we need a slow-mo
With a
walk-in
year of
to the
great
studio.
games.
Keeps that G keeps looking like a 6.
Straight from the depths. I hope for Playground they like section the office off in half. Like now it's time to go talk about the other game. They just like hand the baton to the other side of the house.
We're at a level 5 hype train. Thank you, everybody, for supporting us on Twitch and YouTube. If you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime.
I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
Playground. Game.
Fable. Fable's first.
I think Forza. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it.
No, Forza, yeah.
You just lost the poly market
Right.
bet.
Let's see some Tokyo drifting. That's what we want.
Who's this year's
Welcome
Forza
to this
Horizon
world first
DJ?
look at Forza Horizon
Can't
6.
I'm Torben Ehlert, Design Director for Forza Horizon, and I can't wait to show you what the teams at Playground Games and Turn 10 have been working
It's a good
on.
lower third.
And I'm Don
Little
Arcetta,
grid
Art
stuff.
Director
Keep that
for
in mind,
Forza
Roger.
Horizon.
Woo-wee.
Drifting,
The Horizon
drifting.
Festival is a celebration of beautiful cars, hit music, and breathtaking locations around the world.
Mm-hmm.
And now
There's
we're
Fuji.
taking you to the place we've wanted to visit for a very long time. Japan.
We designed a campaign that really focuses on your journey. You don't start as a superstar of the festival or a racing champion or even a rookie. You'll start out as just a tourist in Japan. Your first
Damn,
goal
this looks
is
so
to
good.
join the Horizon Festival by completing the Horizon qualifiers. After that, you'll rise through the ranks, unlocking wristbands as you complete races
I love
in
wristbands.
faster,
Kevin's
more
wearing a bunch right
exciting cars. At the end of each round, you must prove you're ready to move up by completing spectacular events to unlock your next wristband. These include classic Horizon showcases and our new Horizon Rush events, where you show off your skills on thrilling obstacle courses, like this one at the docks in Tokyo City. When you finally earn your gold wristband, you get access to Legend Island, an exclusive region of the world with unique events, tracks, and areas to explore.
Blossoms,
and that will
Andy.
be
Cherry
a
blossoms,
true
yeah.
accomplishment. Throughout that journey, all of Japan outside the Horizon Festival is yours to explore.
Damn, they got
at
bamboo
your own
forest like that?
pace. So, let's
That's
talk
cool
about the
looking.
locations
That
you've
looks cool.
all
Yeah.
been waiting for.
Let's go to
Yeah.
Japan.
Take us to the city.
Japan is the ideal location for our biggest, most exciting game yet. Full of beautiful landscapes and stunning contrasts of rural and urban, modern and traditional.
Wow.
Very cool.
This is
You
our
can't tell what's
largest
footage
map.
and what's
Dude.
photography
Verticality,
anymore, you know?
Diverse biomes, seasonality, and breathtaking
love that.
driving
That looks really
experiences. Elevated by Japan's unique car culture.
Mm-hmm.
So we knew from the start that we wanted to deliver the most compelling and authentic game possible. To help us create those experiences in-game, we sought out advice and insight from people who've lived with Japanese car culture their entire lives.
And we asked Andy about his Honda Civic.
As
2016,
someone
guys.
who grew up in Los Angeles
Good
and
mileage.
Tokyo, both cities known for car culture, I developed a passion for cars early. I've also worked extensively supporting creative collaborations between Japanese and Western video game studios. Over the course of production, I had many conversations with the team about the nuances and the details of Japanese culture and how to reflect these in Forza Horizon 6. As an example, when we discussed naming options for the player home at Tokyo Docks, we discussed the building number, picking 7 and 8 because those two numbers are considered fortunate in Japan. In fact, these numbers are also part of a well-known Japanese proverb, Nanakorobi Yaoki, which means never give up.
John Cena's proverb.
Well,
When our team
gonna
builds
get a
a Forza
tattoo then.
Horizon game, we
Back
focus
of my
on the
neck.
essence of the place, what makes it special and unique. At the start of production, our team traveled to Japan to capture reference for everything. Time lapses of real Japanese
Holy
skies,
shit.
photogrammetry of trees and geology,
that.
scans of
Very
roads and
impressive.
buildings,
Wow.
and things as simple as water kick-up and the way fallen cherry blossoms respond to passing cars.
Yeah. Wow. A must.
From these references, we then work to capture the soul of those places,
Feel like Smuggler's Run
adapting
right
it
here.
for
It's a
Horizon's
golf course.
open-world gameplay. And since Japan
Plenty
is
of
home
those
to
in Japan.
driving experiences unlike anywhere else, that process begins with the roads. Inspired by the C1 Loop, Ginkgo Avenue, and mountain passes, like Mount Haruna and Bandai Atsuma. Then we layer in the details around them, creating a
Look at those
world where
cabbages.
every road
I'm
leads
getting
to
all jacked up
discovery.
on Japan right now. I'm so excited for this.
I've
For
wanted
this
them to go
game,
here for a long
we
time.
built
Yeah.
our biggest urban area yet. Our Tokyo city is 5 times larger than anything we've designed
nice.
before.
That's
Akihabara?
With
Yeah, that's
multiple
exciting.
districts,
That's going to be
each
huge.
Our little
with a
back
unique
streets, yeah.
identity.
Going to
We
get
want
your
to
wish,
create a
Gary.
Look at this! Look at this!
There it
This is what I wanted. This is what I
And
wanted.
every shortcut is fun to drive and a
hell
delight to
yeah.
explore.
Yeah, at night.
Oh, man.
That's going to be the
Lit up.
yeah.
Gary.
Yeah.
Get all that
Seasonal
path
change in
tracing
Japan
going.
is dramatic, and these changes are widely celebrated in local culture. We've captured that in game so that you'll see those changes reflected in the world around you as you explore. That sense of exploration is at
Snow,
the heart
Andy.
of the game.
That's snow.
Everything you find on your road trip in
Do you
Japan
think you can
is
play
something
this
for you to
in
collect.
Japanese with subtitles?
Cars,
That'd be a cool way
houses,
to all
landmarks,
Japanese voices.
mascots, and more, all tracked in your adventure
Oh,
journey.
I like some
I
stamps.
love to collect stamps.
This will be Xbox's
Japan's car
biggest game
culture
this
is
year.
one of the reasons we've been so excited
Yeah,
for
I can
this
believe that.
And Forza Horizon 6 will feature more than 550 cars at launch. Those cars will have new body kits, new Forza Aero, and the ability to paint
Is this
liveries
launching on
Windows.
PS5 as well?
Not
We've
day and
also
date.
Not
fully
same day, but
overhauled our
eventually.
roster to be better balanced across all performance classes, from D to our new top-end R-Class for track-focused cars.
Damn, look at that hatchback getting in.
Because, you know,
We've
PS5
improved
Pro
how
might be
each
the way
car
to
is
go.
affected by the world. For
Actually,
example,
you're right.
with new cosmetic
Console wise.
tyre, so
Or,
each
yeah,
car
just like
responds authentically
juiced up
as you
PC.
rack up the miles on those iconic Japanese roads. With more cars on day one than ever before, we've also created new ways to expand your car collection as you explore. Parked on driveways around the world, you'll encounter our new aftermarket cars. They're always bargains and include some extremely rare and unique cars to show off in your garage.
I like that little Mazda, yeah.
We're not just bringing classic JDM to life, but also showcasing some of the newest, most exciting cars in the world. And Forza Horizon 6 cover car is one of them.
Cover car.
What's it going to be?
Oh, the cover athlete.
Oh,
Remember
is that a
007?
Corvette? What is that?
We're gonna show you new stuff and then just showed a car.
Performance with road-going excellence. And our game is the ideal place to experience the most modern iteration of Kazoo Racing's relentless pursuit of Japanese engineering perfection.
Our cars sound better than ever, with greater detail and remastered audio, all brought to life by new acoustic modeling technology, simulating the soundscape of the world.
Where's that audio kid with the guns? It's like, oh, they made the car sound better. That's
Yeah, exactly. Put on the Game Awards shortlist for best audio.
What I love is they nail the sound of a
Music
Honda
is
starting
a huge
up.
part of the
Very
Horizon
specific
Fest.
sound for Honda.
And we're curating a diverse track list
Such
from
an
around the
expert.
world, including exciting Japanese artists. So you can choose your perfect soundtrack, whether racing, cruising, or drifting. And to complement the visual contrast of our map, we've captured extensive field recordings across all 4 seasons in Japan, creating a rich and truly authentic world for you to experience.
They didn't need to do that. You know they're
In
just on a
Forza
jolly
Horizon
to
6,
to
you'll have
Japan.
new ways to shape
Expense
that
account
world
job,
with
that one.
features that let you make a life for yourself.
They
in
just recorded
Japan.
their backyard and
Our
then
new
flew.
customizable areas are the perfect place to do that. You'll find one of these at
look at that
every player
garage.
house, big enough for multiple cars, where you can freely
The
decorate
GTA
the
garage
entire
vibe
space.
now, yeah.
And
Go
when
into
you're
a
done,
space, show 'em
you
all
can
off.
invite your
That's
friends
cool.
over to see what you've built.
I want to walk around
There
the
it
garage.
is.
Their friends, yeah.
That's exactly what they
But
wanted.
the ultimate place to express your creativity
make it a
is
big social
the
game.
estate. This
Show off all your
mountain
stuff.
valley starts off completely empty and overgrown, but once you unlock it, you can build and decorate.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Open
Okay.
world
I was
here.
hoping for more of the Travis
Anything
Pastrana Nitro
constructed
Circus
permanent
backyard
and
where I can
visitable
just
by your
make
friends.
giant
ramps.
ramps
Yeah.
and shit. Yeah.
Our teams
But
are
all right.
fully committed.
I thought they were
going
gonna
to
say, "Liberate this village." Show
Atsu
Atsu,
We'll be carrying forward all of our accessibility features from previous games. We'll also be
Yeah, base
adding
building's
new
a cool
options
idea
like
for this.
proximity radar for competitive players and
That's cool.
auto drive for players who want to lean back and appreciate the world in motion.
Okay.
Our major new accessibility feature is customizable high contrast mode, making the open world of Japan visually accessible to everyone, no matter how
Honestly,
you
we've gone woke.
and your
All right.
friends play. You can
How
customize
Mike plays.
Forza Horizon 6 so you can
Yeah,
play
you're real
together.
close.
Japan is world-renowned for its car meets, like Daikoku, and inspired by these experiences, Forza Horizon 6 will include new, open-world car meets. These are places where you can show off your cars and characters,
Oh, Merc.
download
I like
tunes
that.
and liveries, and even buy a copy of the cars you see. Then head out together to explore, where you'll find classic events like street races and our new Toge
And
battles.
the little initial
iconic
D
nighttime races
style
down
street, yeah,
Japanese
like that.
mountain passes. There's more to do in the open world than ever before, with new shared experiences like Horizon time attack circuits.
Dude, right?
Yeah,
These are seamlessly part
I got way too on the last four, so I got way too invested in
Making
beating my
just a
trends in the
truly social
leaderboards,
experience
you know,
with you,
getting better
your
lap times and
friends,
stuff.
and the in-world leaderboard. Playing together is easier and more rewarding than ever. Forza fans are incredibly creative, making everything from liveries to race events and scenic locations to explore.
Nice.
To support your creativity, we've added the ability
That's where the
to
visuals
start
fall
building
apart.
from anywhere, as well as loads of other player-requested improvements, all of which are also available in the estate and the customizable garage. We also know you love to collaborate, so in Forza Horizon 6, we're making building fully multiplayer. In Horizon Collab,
Nice.
you and your friends can build anything you can imagine together.
That's cool.
All right, Andy, I need wood, I need brick.
I wonder if they'll do any
Like,
PC-specific building features so you can do more advanced stuff.
Games and
Who built this beehive in front of my racetrack?
You've enjoyed this
I'll
first
kill you.
look at some of the new features we've been working on, and that you're as excited as we are for the game. We'll be launching on Xbox and PC on the 19th of May. If you're a Forza fan on PlayStation, we'll be welcoming you to Japan later this year when our PlayStation version is ready. For now, though, stay tuned for more updates about the game over the coming months. And thanks for joining us. We can't wait to see you in Forza Horizon 6 as we discover Japan together.
Give it up one time. Great showing.
Great presentation.
Great showing.
It's
That's a good start.
It's going to be the biggest game. I mean, unless Fable absolutely just blows it out of the water, everyone's going to jump on Forza.
Yeah, this is a big one. The base building aspect is very cool. I like that.
Start with the DeLorean though.
I might play this the way I played Dune Awakening and just like build my base and never leave the fucking house.
Gary has
all these
one
beautiful
car.
cars, with 0 miles on them. We got a mech. Oh, they threw in a little treat at the
I was
end there.
about to ask what their like special events are going to be.
Now, what was that? Was that a fucking Gundam or what was that? A Gundam.
Gundam?
That's how they say it over there,
Gundam.
Andy.
That's how you say it. Gundam.
There we go.
Gundam.
They eat beans on toast, Andy.
What do we got next?
All right,
What's next?
Here we go. Game
Beast of Reincarnation.
Gundam. I'm just gonna keep saying it.
皆さんこんにちは。ゲームフリークのゼネラルプロデューサー大森茂です。ここは東京にあるゲームフリークのオフィスです。ビースト・オブ・リンカネーションはかつてない新しい体験を作り出すことに主眼を置いたゲームフリーク独自の取り組み。
And frankly, we got tired of Nintendo.
Designed to create
holding us back.
What did they do at Nintendo?
Oh, they're saying Pokemon.
Are they the Pokemon guys?
ギガ
Okay.
レッカーなど
I mean, they still
オ
are,
リジナル
but-
ゲームタイトルを
Right.
世に送り出し、常に新しいアイデアや世界観の構築に挑戦しています。
We got tired of people talking shit about our Pokemon games.
Listen, we'd like to have voice acting too, but Nintendo says we can't.
遠い未来、文明崩壊後の
Wow.
汚れに侵食された日本。そして一人と一匹のアクシ
There's
ョ
always
ン
a blight.
RPG という
One
I like, I like,
Dog
this. I like
action
this as a
RPGs.
dog companion.
この美し
Andy,
い
you know what vibes I'm
過酷な
getting?
ビースト・オブ・
Getting
イン
near
カ
vibes.
ネーションの世界で皆さんにも臨場感あふれる冒険を味わっていただくことができればと心から願っています。
Ew. Also, ew.
これまではポケットモンスターシリーズでバトルプランナーやサウンドマネージャーを務めてきました。ただ新しいゲームに挑戦したいとい
I
う
like that they're
強い
saying
衝動も
Pokemon
ずっとあ
pretty
った
freely.
んです。
Oh, he's hurt, Andy.
Oh no.
最初は黙々とそのゲームである感覚を自分の心に問いかけることから始めていました。世界観もキャラクターもゲームデザインも決めずにただどんな感覚がいいんだろうと探っていました。そうしているうちにぬくもり、頼もしさ、そして寂しさが入り混じったような感覚が最もしっくりきたんです。自分の心に反応しました。
The game looks awesome.
Yeah.
隔離された主人公エマとこ
Emma, the
の世界を一緒に旅してい
exiled
く
protagonist and her warm
誇りのある相棒クーもその過程で生まれました。
古島からビースト・オブ・リンカネーションのコンセプトを聞いてとても興味を惹かれすぐに参加しようと心に決めました。長年ゲームフリークではポ ポケットモンスター
I love that it's a very distinct style, not going for 100% ultra
しかし
realism.
今回のプロジェクトでは
It has a
過酷
good
な世界を
stylization
相
to
棒
it.
と共に旅をするという体験を目指しています汚れと呼ばれる寄生植物が蔓延している世界がかつての文明の廃棄を覆い尽くすほどまでに植物が生い茂った
There's always a
過酷な環境となって
scourge.
おりダイナミックな
Always a
要
blight.
求されます
Oh yeah, it's them wanting to make an action RPG. Yeah.
自由に操ることのできる
I just don't want like a brutally difficult Elden Ring type vibe. I want to be able to run around
プロ
and
トタイ
kill
プも
things.
出来上がってきました
That's what.
Whoa,
そしてそれ
that
が
was
エマという
run
人
around
物
kill
の
thing.
バックグラウンドとキャラクターデザインを形作っていったんです
Oh, it's like an avatar. That
It's like a Navi. Yeah,
Yeah, they're fucking right
こ
now
れ
with the
ま
hair
でゲー
fuse.
ムフリークは動植物や自然と真摯に向き合ってきました形状を自由に変えられて武器のように鋭
We've
く
always
なりつつ
respected
も美
plants.
しい
So don't listen to the rumors.
ただ単に美しい植物を風景で表現するだけではなく遊びにも植物を取り入れました
Oh,
しっ
sick.
くりとくるモチーフを見出しゲームデザインとモチーフを紐付けることはポケットモンスターシリーズの開発を通じて培ってきた重要なステップです
In the chat, Cabion
モチ
says
ー
this
フ
looks
が
boring
決
as
まった段
hell.
階でコンセ
I
プト
can't
アーティスト
disagree
の
more.
皆
This
さん
looks
の
awesome.
ご協
There's no
力の
talking
も
to some
と
people.
この世界のビジュアルを形作っていくことにしましたエマとクーの姿を思い描いた時自然に支配される世界の舞台として日本がぴったりだと考えました日本の昔から続く山々に囲まれた自然豊かな風景と SF が入り混じった世界を
I want to know the story of these big ass robots. Oh, those look new.
Yeah.
さらに植物をモチーフとした重要な存在として植物と動物が融合した生物でもある腐植体も出来上がっていきました腐植体のデザインは当時私が注目していたデジタルアーティストの森田裕樹さんにお願いすることにしました
世界の舞台を作ると同時にエマとクーの物語を作り上げていきましたストーリーの舞台は西暦4026年の日本です
4026
はるか昔に発生した汚れという名の寄生植物の影響で人類の大半が消滅した後の世界ですエマは腐植体を借りその汚れを自分の体に封じ込めることができるという
There's gonna be some Neva vibes in this, and I'm gonna get real sad.
Oh yeah. Koo is gonna be injured again.
Oh, you know that.
それが
They
ゆ
will
えに
absolutely
エマを
use
恐れら
that
れ
dog.
Oh yeah.
人々はその
To
コロニーから
emotionally
隔
hold
離
you
され暮ら
hostage.
していますエマと彼女の相棒となるクーは日本の東の地で出会います
Yep, they're already doing it.
そのクーの目的がこのゲームの謎の一つでもあります
名前は何だ
クーだ
クーから目を離さない方がいい
That dude's name was Brad.
I was gonna say.
Why not?
I'm Kunai.
Kunai
I'm
and
Brad.
封じ後エマお前に輪廻の獣討伐の命を出す
都に迫る輪廻の獣を討伐
He's
す
the
るに
lead
は
director.
エマとクーの力を共有していく必要がありますそのためにこの世界に存在する強力な腐植体主を討伐しその力を取り込んでいくことになります 汚れを封じることができるエマにしかできない特別な役目です腐植体はこの世界の畏怖の対象であり最も象徴的な存在です汚れに寄生されて巨大化していった生物たちですエマとクーが戦う強力な敵です腐植体は汚れを吐きその巨体で世界を蹂躙していきました腐植体の中でもひときわ大きい主と呼ばれる存在は植物を操り自身の支配地域に汚れの森を呼び出します汚れの森に入ると周囲の環境がガラッと変わります
I like that I could just see Pokemon in these designs.
プレイヤーの
Like
行く手を
that
阻むの
just
で
being a
す
bear plant
そ
guy.
してこの世界には
It's a
ゴ
grass
ーレム
type.
というもう一つの勢力がありますゴーレムは過酷な世界を生き残るためかつての人間が魂を機械の体に転送した姿です2000年の間に凄まじい戦闘技術を身につけましたが一方で魂は劣化してし
For
まって
2,000 years,
いて
these golems have been out there just training.
While you were playing Pokemon, I studied the blade.
エマとクーはさまざまな人物と出会います 長い旅をサポートするブラッド、神楽であったり、あとはクナイというエマと同じように腐食体を連れた剣士とも巡り合います。
Fire.
That's cool. I like
That's
that.
cool.
He's a
とど
badass.
めはきちんとさせ
He's
る
got a unicorn.
Yeah.
エマとクーは同じく汚れの力を宿していて、互いにその力を影響させ合いながら戦います。例えばエマが敵の動きを見極め攻撃を受け流すとクーに力がたまり開花技という強力な効果を持った技を
Okay.
Oh shit.
Whoa.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
A little hybrid.
そ
Real
し
time
て
turn based.
開花技を放てばさらに次のアクションの選択肢に幅が広がります。例えばある開花技を使うとエマは彼岸花
Final
の
Fantasy
大輪を
Remake
探
had
せその
Rebirth.
大輪に跳躍して兜割りを行うことができます。また別の開花技を使えば敵を縛りエマの強力な闘技を敵に叩き込むことができます。開花技の選択中は時間がスローになり考える時間が生まれます。ターンベースの RPG コマンドのように考えることになります。スキルを磨くほどにエマとクーの連携は研ぎ澄まされていきます。互いに補い合う関係で2人は常につながっているんです。エマとクーにはそれぞれスキルツリーがあり
There's always a skill tree.
エマが行動すれば
It's always a blight. There's always a
影響を与
blight
え
tree. Always a skill tree.
クーが行動すればエマに影響が与えられるようにしました。またエマとクーの親密度が上昇するにつれて装備できるスキルも多くなります。様々なスキルを組み合わせることで独自のプレイスタイルを作っていくことができるんです。
Andy, I'm gonna play this.
Dude, this looks
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I'm
awesome.
sold. I like it. I didn't know even this was even coming, but it looks good.
I was
I'll play
ready
this.
just to chill out during this presentation. I'm in. This looks great.
Yeah. Somebody better make a move.
より
Very
深
polished.
い戦闘ができるようになっています。
I'm full up. I'm locked in.
遠距離だけで戦う人もいればステレスだけで戦う人もいますし
Oh, you can stealth too? Or you
Yeah.
常にエマで戦闘を仕掛ける人もいればクーを先行させて戦わせる人もいます。エマとクーでどのような装備でどのような霊石と組み合わせて戦うのかプレイヤーの皆さん次第です。皆さんがどんな意外な組み合わせを生み出すのか今がとても楽しみです。
Oh, can you imagine?
はるか昔に汚れに追い尽くされた美しくも過酷な新たな世界。企画構想から6年間私たちはこの世界に数えきれない秘密や奥深い魅力を散りばめることに全力を注いできました。すべてのプレイヤーの皆さんにビースト・オブ・リンカネーションの世界を体験していただける日が待ちきれません。
Yeah, this could
本
be a
作は
banger.
今年の夏 XBOX、PC、そしてプレイステーションでリリースされます。さらにビースト・オブ・リンカネーションは発売初日から XBOX ゲームパスでプレイ可能です。ぜひウィッシュリストにご登録ください。ゲームフリークが挑む渾身の新作、どうぞご期待ください。
And during our lunch break, we worked on the new Pokemon games in our 40 minutes allotted.
Remember, late on Pokemon Day in a month, when you see what we made for them, we can do it this well if they would let us do it.
Summer. All right. Right around the corner.
Very cool.
And it said summer.
Oh, wait, hold on. We're doing something for the new game.
Oh!
Here we go.
Oh!
All right,
it is.
Here we go. What do we got?
Okay.
What do we got? I knew it's going to be something bonkers.
Tim,
He's so
guy.
good looking like that.
Gonna have lunch with him, dinner with us.
Yeah, you're taking him to House Prime Rib soon.
What a legend.
Oh, hello. I'm Tim Schafer, founder and studio head at Double Fine Productions. And this is Elizabeth Larkin, senior tools programmer and junior in-house ceramicist. At Double Fine, we try to take a little time every so often and create quick game prototypes. Anyone in the company can pitch a game idea, and we have a vote on which ones we want to try to make. We forget the projects we're currently working on, basically get amnesia, and we do this for 2 weeks. That's a fortnight. And we build a few of these experimental game prototypes. We call this process Amnesia Fortnight. We've had all sorts of great ideas come out of this process.
Yeah.
It's just like this clay. With a little bit of pressure and creativity, something interesting is created that wasn't there before. Our next game came out of Amnesia Fortnight. It's all about encouraging you to create with others, and then use what you create to destroy each other. Don't worry, it's easy to make a new pot if you're playing Kiln, our online multiplayer pottery party brawler.
I love that. I mean, why the fuck not?
Everything looks so cute.
We love to explore new and original ideas here at Double Fine, alongside last year's Weird But Chill game Keeper, featuring surreal and dreamlike exploration.
Loved it.
Kiln is the other side of that coin.
Top
creating
100 Xbox
high-energy,
games
expressive
of all time.
multiplayer
Of all
action.
time.
You'll get a chance today to see how we're continuing to foster our spirit of creativity with this next game. Derek Brand spearheaded this pitch, and he's here today to talk about this fully realized Double Fine experience he's leading with his team.
Kiln is a multiplayer party brawler and is just as much about the act of trading with your friends as it is fast-paced competitive destruction. We built this game to respond to your creative design choices, as well as your relentless cruelty to anthropomorphized clay pots. I've spent my career as a concept artist, focused on coming up with unique characters and environments at Double Fine. But I also play a lot of action titles, which got me wondering, what would a game look like that included not just the cathartic element of destruction and action, but the equally cathartic act of creation I was familiar with as an artist? I stumbled on the answer one day: what better solution than a pottery wheel? We wanted to give players the ability to create characters out of any shape and to make sure that what you make has a charming, animated personality. You start off as a little helpless, naked spirit. You're not capable of much.
Was that an ass?
Thankfully,
Yeah.
you
He's
are
a naked
capable
spirit.
of manipulating clay, and a pottery wheel is the perfect place for the creation of a new body. And when it comes time for destruction, those shapes needed to translate into capable fighters. Pots that can compete in challenges in a way that only pots can.
Only pots.
Our game mode, Quench, brings all of that together in a 4v4 combat party atmosphere. You and your friends
What's
need
the
to balance
meta
your
of like
pot's
the
shape
best
and
built
abilities with its
pot?
capacity for carrying water into enemy territory. Here, you'll navigate through the environment with your team's unique creations. Avoid or destroy incoming enemy warriors. And of course, fill your pot up with water to ultimately douse the enemy's kiln and win the game.
Oh, okay, I get it. All right.
Now keep at it.
With Kiln, we wanted to give players what we know they've always wanted from Double Fine. A best-in-class pottery sim, of course. With this strange concept came lots of design challenges, though, because it's a game about pots that have to transform into bespoke ceramic warriors. We had to figure out how to make an art tool, a character builder, and a loadout system all together, while keeping the whole experience approachable for anyone, not just pottery masters. After many
Beans410
iterations
in the chat
balancing
says they've already told us
simulation
more
with
than Highguard.
arcade-like simplicity, we landed on a design that lets you feel like a master potter who can easily make any pottery shape you could dream up, even if you've never seen a potter's wheel. It's weirdly satisfying.
What's the estimated time to penis on that one?
We've carefully married the clay technology with the behavior of the sculpting tools and controls.
I'm surprised we
to
haven't
make
seen
sure
one yet.
anyone-
They should just lean into that. Yes, you can create dicks.
Refine it with sponges, shapers, and straight edge tools to get specific and make it yours.
This seems
As
very
you sculpt,
like
you'll notice the game
Power Wash
recognizing the
Simulator.
different shapes.
Soothing, you know?
It'll automatically detect when you're shaping things like
Yeah, I wonder how
cups,
many people are just
vases,
gonna.
bowls,
I
and
just wanted to make pottery.
Well, it's interesting because it's two very different vibes,
So that
right? The
means we
calm
had to
of,
ask
of,
ourselves,
of crafting
If
something,
I
but
was a
then
vase,
you go out
and
and battle.
this vase that I just made was now my body, what can I, as a vase, do?
Every pot and kiln needs to have a core set of moves fit for a warrior. To run, jump, attack, and roll. They also must have moves fit for a pot to fill up with water and then splash that water out. Each shape has its own unique way of performing these moves. And because your shape matters,
I like that, Jack.
the animation team has taken on the challenge of bringing those different pot shapes to
Steal it
life
from me.
in surprising ways.
Next time I'm there.
In addition to these core moves, each shape also has its own special attack, which we push to be the most fun and over-the-top moments in the game. Cups popping popcorn, bottles turning into
You're gonna have an alt,
swords.
right?
Yeah, this is like in
blaring like megaphones.
This has a lot going on.
It's like in battle bots when people build the robots or whatever, and then they started finding out the best
Everyone's
body
shape
shape
is doing
type
something
for it.
different and exciting.
You're gonna find out pretty soon.
Mike, I turn my attention to you, Mr. Party Game, Mr. Multiplayer. Is it doing? Is it moving the needle for you?
Yeah, I think it's a unique idea, a fun idea. I love the creativity that it will bring. It will be interesting, as Andy says. Like, when is the moment where it's like, oh, the creativity's lost, and it's just make this pot, right?
You need
But-
the short, flat one because you won't get knocked over easy or whatever.
But when you play Double Fine games, it's supposed to just be creative. And
Yeah.
fun,
how
so
you choose to
that'll
play
be how this
and
is.
what pot you choose to play as. So you'll see things like secret tunnels that only fit certain size pots and pathways that are only traversable with certain shapes.
Oh, that's cool.
You'll fight on fractured, floating pieces of ancient history, like an ancient Greek nightclub fit for Dionysus. It's even got a dance floor. Navigate Athena's giant strategic war map, inflating sponge warriors with water to rearrange the battlefield to your advantage. Fight in the Egyptian god Set's dingy punk venue, complete with a mosh pit where only one pot can emerge unbroken.
That's cool.
A lot of dreams vibes
Leverage
also.
your unique creations.
100%.
Everything from your size.
I was wondering if as much
Your
is going
capacity
into
to carry
making the
water.
pottery, if they're going to have like a,
Your
if you
speed to
want,
cross
you
the
can just make
battlefield
pottery and
and
put it
other
out on
choices
this
you
thing,
can
and then
make will
people can
define how
download
you
them
wanna
and use them
approach
as
your
that.
playstyle.
Save
Do
it
you
to your
want a team
collection.
full of
I'm about to have my
large
mom
cups,
take a photo of my
maximizing
pottery
your
so I can
dousing
show it off here at the end of the
potential?
podcast. Because I made some sick pots back in the
Or a
day.
team of tiny ninja saucers ready to quickly smash up anything that gets in their way. Or a unique combination you've discovered that balances power and splashability. If you're skilled enough to end up at the enemy kiln with lots of water, you can unleash a powerful super splash ability that does tons of damage and makes the kiln vulnerable to further attacks, letting you and your team dunk on the enemy kiln to either win big or turn the tide and make a comeback.
And that is how it's done.
At the end of a round, the cycle of creation and destruction loops around again, and now you're back in the wedge, a multiplayer lobby where you can hang at the wheel and make something cool with your friends.
Check out this bong I
You've just
made.
earned XP points and chips from battle. Now you can load up on art supplies and expand your pot-making options.
I think of the game being so much about the fighting, but when people play it, they just want to create all day long.
Our decoration system was designed to support your
I can see how you'd like
creativity.
get into
As we
the
did with
creation
design
stuff
of the sculpting
offline and then
process,
take what
we
you
looked to
created
the
online
pottery
and go to
studio
yeah.
for inspiration. We found ways to translate the experience of adding spouts, lids, and handles, as well as glazing to kiln.
Yeah.
Every design choice we
Gotta
made
glaze.
ultimately
Yeah.
serves the goal of enabling a near infinite range of
Paris has
possibilities.
been glazing Xbox for years.
He likes all games.
Small judge.
Now, will this take away an audience from like Call of Duty and Fortnite?
Will this be my forever game?
Yes.
I love a medium jug, a simple handle, a 2-layer watermelon glaze, and I'm ready to bring the good vibes and the chaos.
My favorite is the large vase. It has a UFO-like animation, and it's great for team defense and protecting your Bix.
Hands down, the best pot shape is a small bowl. It's perfect for sneaking past enemies. Plus, its ice cream theme special is so cute.
This will be a chill catch
One
up
of my
with your
favorite
online
warrior pots
friends.
has to be the medium base. It's decently fast for invading.
Yeah, I can see there being a sweaty element to it as well.
Decorations
There's
really
always those people that are going to min-max their pot metas.
Spiked charms, with a rainbow
Yeah, you'll
glaze
have
and
a
one
few
butt sticker.
people that'll want to do that. But I think the majority are just going to treat this very casual.
My favorite pots? The absolute most material possible to make
These are the
biggest
games that make me rage the most, though, like party animals and stuff
Oh,
like
oh,
that. Gang beasts. Oh my god.
Whichever pot you decide to create, whether you're a budding artist or a seasoned gamer, you'll be fulfilling your pottery power fantasies when Kiln launches in spring 2026 on Xbox, PlayStation, and
No
PC.
shadow.
This is just the beginning of the pottery party as we bring
Right
regular
around the corner,
updates
though.
throughout the year with expanded decorations, new activities and game modes, and much more. Creating is more fun together, and we'd love your help sculpting this experience. Be on the lookout to throw down with fellow Double Fine fans and join the Double Fine Action Insiders for an even earlier look and a chance to play in our closed beta very soon.
You want me to say it 5 times? That's mean. Am I supposed to? Okay. This game is called Kill 'em, an online multiplayer party brawler, online multiplayer party brawler. I'll never do it twice. Okay, I can do it again. Online multiplayer party brawler. It's getting better. Online multiplayer party brawler.
Cute
Good
logo.
stuff. Yeah.
Right. Here we go, the heavy hitter.
Take us
Are you
there.
saving Fable for last?
Big
Or is
deal.
there one more thing?
We canceled it.
Yeah, one more thing. We're canceling these games.
Joanna Dark.
All right, let's go.
You Fable guy, Gary?
Hi.
Oh,
Welcome
yeah.
to
I actually
Playground
played
Games,
the- went back
where
and
I'm
replayed the
thrilled to
original
share
recently.
Our very first deep dive into a game we've been making here for a really, really long time. Fable. Playground Games is renowned for fun, immersive, and visually stunning open-world experiences. Since 2010, we've been developing the Forza Horizon series right here in Royal Leamington Spa, a charming little town in the middle of England.
It is. It's very nice.
As Horizon has grown, so have we. Over the past few years, we've built a new team to carry that reputation into a new genre that we are incredibly passionate about. Fable is Playground's first open-world action RPG, and we couldn't be more proud to be carrying on the work of the legendary Lionhead Studios, the original creators of the franchise.
Tip of the hat.
And although our game is a new beginning, I think what we're making is really faithful to the spirit of the classic Lionhead trilogy that we all love. At the heart of our game is a simple, recurring question. What does it mean to you to be a hero? Our game is about choices and their consequences. It's packed with action, drama, British humour, moral dilemmas, and quite a few chickens. All of this combines in a fairy tale which could only be Fable.
In classic Fable fashion, you begin the game as a child, growing up in the sleepy rural village of Briar Hill. It's here that in a moment of extreme danger, your heroic powers first emerge, and we discover that you are Albion's first hero in a generation. But not long afterwards, disaster strikes, and the people of your village, including your beloved grandma, are turned to stone by a mysterious stranger.
Not Grandma.
Oh, man,
Suddenly
Grammy.
alone in the world,
Those motherfuckers.
you'll set off on an adventure which will change Albion forever.
Was you about to hit that kid?
Venturing out into the world is a huge moment, because this is Albion like you've never seen it before. Idyllic rolling hills, magical forests, bustling villages,
They're saying all the right
sleepy
things.
hamlets, oversized vegetable patches,
Oh, yeah.
and stunning vistas.
Looking good.
And because our Albion is truly open world, for the first time, you'll be able to explore this rich and detailed world seamlessly, with the freedom to go where you want from early in the game.
We can't wait to welcome you back to Albion's iconic capital city, Bowerstone. Home to Fairfax Castle, the old clock tower, and the legendary Heroes Guild.
It's a huge city, full of contrasts. Rich and poor, nobles and commoners, royalty and criminals. You'll spend plenty of time here during the game, as you discover the secrets of the Heroes Guild and its reclusive guildmaster, Humphrey the Golden.
In the north of Albion, you'll find mountains, craggy coastlines, spooky marshes, and the bleak, windswept city of Bloodstone.
You think they can get Simon Pegg for
Here,
something?
you'll meet the leaders of two rival gangs,
He's the only British
vying
guy
for
you know.
power, and uncover the secrets of the sinister but extremely well-organized Cult of Shadows. Our Albion is beautiful, handcrafted, and richly detailed.
In Albion, heroes are special, different. They're stronger than regular people. They're more skillful, more charismatic. More importantly, they're those rare humans who can harness and use magic in the world around them. They have the power to do what they want.
And so do you. In our game, we want you to play as the hero you want to be. And that starts with being able to choose how your hero character looks.
So, in Fable, you'll be able to pick
So,
from a range
quick
of
complaint.
different character heads and customize your clothing, hair, skin tone, tattoos, and scars. So the hero you play represents you.
There you go.
But as well as your appearance, you can be the hero you want to be through the way you play, through the skills and abilities you learn, and through the weapons you use.
Just like the classic trilogy, heroes in our game fight with a combination of strength, skill, and will. Seamlessly blending melee and ranged weapons with magical abilities.
Chicken kicker, there it is.
Like that.
Allowing you to show off your personal playstyle against single opponents and large groups of enemies alike.
Combat looks good.
I like the zoomed out camera.
This looks awesome. Melee is at the heart of our close quarters combat. You'll use light and heavy combos, often knocking enemies off balance and executing stylish finishers. Swap to your ranged weapon to bypass enemy guard and deal with troublesome flying enemies.
Oh, that's a cool guy.
Yep, blow it up.
And of course, you'll be able to unleash your powerful spells to both manipulate and devastate your opponents.
We're excited to be bringing back some fan-favorite adversaries for you to fight.
Dude, this hammer looks awesome.
Just look how the game looks.
Yeah.
Going through these shadows.
As our battle rings, hollow folk, and trolls.
Like a rapid fire crossbow. That's cool.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah.
Adding brand new enemies.
Giant
too,
chickens?
like this fearsome cockatrice, a giant fire-breathing chicken.
The animation.
Each enemy
Fire-breathing
family is
chicken.
different, with their own weaknesses to exploit and defenses to overcome. But with all the unique tools in your combat toolbox, how you defeat your enemies is up to you.
Whoa, cool.
But there's more to being a hero in Albion than fighting, so much more. When we talk to people about their favorite memories of the original games, so many of their stories were about the stuff you can do when you weren't just being a hero. The normal, everyday stuff which happened when you interacted with the people of Albion.
For me, what I remember most vividly are the inhabitants of Albion and the things you can do with them or to them.
The crazy thing about the classic Fable games was that in the middle of a sprawling RPG was almost a complete other game where you could just mess around with the villages and townsfolk.
And we've built that same experience in the middle of our game too. Buying a house, getting a job, making some money.
Getting married.
Romancing a villager.
There it is.
Getting married. Having kids.
Fancy a date?
Perfect. You can get to know me better.
Buying another house. Buying every house in Albion. Buying every business in Albion. Getting rich.
Marrying a bunch more people, having a bunch more kids, probably getting divorced along the way for good measure.
And this game within a game is unique to Fable. It's systemic, interconnected, and you see the ripple effects of the things you do everywhere you go.
And all of this revolves around the people who live in Albion, who we call the living population. There are more than 1,000 of them, and every single one is unique. Each of them has a name, a role, a daily routine, and their own personality. You could follow any one of them for a day and just watch them live their life.
They'll get up, go to work, spend some leisure time on hobbies, then go home to bed.
But what's even cooler is that you can talk to every single one of them.
Dude, this is all I'm gonna play this year. This is all I'm gonna fucking play.
A lot of people watching it out behind going up.
Because you hired them to work in one of your businesses.
Hey, you. Working hard? How can I help you, boss?
Maybe the bed they sleep in is in a house you own.
Whoa.
Because you're the landlord.
Yeah.
Or maybe their bed is on the street because you evicted them.
All right.
Fucking Oliver.
Oh, it's you. Yeah. You're awful.
And all of the stuff you do affects what they
Dislikes
think of
you because you evicted them.
Because everything you do builds your reputation.
Very impressive.
You don't know me, but you're about to.
Morality has always been super important to Fable. That tension between good and evil underpinned all of the original games. And morality is central to our game too. But we have a slightly different take on it.
For us, morality isn't black and white. There are lots of grey areas.
reputation game.
And importantly, morality is subjective. No two people see things exactly the same way. And that's how it works in our game too.
Everything you do earns you a reputation. And every person in Albion will have a different reaction to you as a result.
That's crazy.
Hello there.
Yeah, we get it. You're rich.
Yeah, get your rich ass out.
Remember the things you did directly
think you're a rich
to them,
twat?
whether
You're a
they
rich
love you
twat.
or hate you for the
Yeah, right
choices
there.
you make, and they will always tell you why. Although, usually from a safe distance.
Our game will never judge you, but the people of Albion will, loudly.
Imbecile.
Your reputation is created by the choices you make, and you are going to make a lot of them. Big choices, little choices, moral choices, and some choices that will actually change the landscape of Albion for the rest of your game. We call this idea, your choices change the world. Let's give you an example.
Early in the game, you'll meet a character named Dave, an egotistical gardener in a rural village who discovers a magical growth formula. He accidentally turns himself into a giant and becomes a big problem. It'll be your job to deal with him, and ultimately it will be your choice whether to kill him or to spare him. If you kill him, his giant corpse will lie on the farmland just outside of town for the rest of the game.
Oh my God,
And
is that gonna like
is going to
decompose?
affect house prices. It will also affect what a lot of the villagers think about you.
Smells like shit.
Especially Dave's sister.
In Fable, the choices you make will define you. What does being a hero mean to you?
At Playground Games, we've built a pedigree for beautiful, immersive, open-world experiences. Yes, they've typically involved sports
My
cars.
nipples are rock
but
hard.
this is a
I
passion
got
project
chills.
for all of us here. Every member of this team, which we've built from scratch, has two key things in common: a deep love for the franchise and a burning desire to bring it back. We're making this for Fable fans just like us, but also to introduce Fable to gamers who've never played the series before. It's been great to finally tell you a little about the game we're making. There'll be much more to share as we get closer to our launch. I'm excited to tell you today that Fable is coming to Xbox, PC, and PlayStation in autumn 2026.
Awesome. September. All right, okay.
From all of us here, thanks for watching.
So
awesome.
Come on.
Awesome.
That's a good presentation right there. That's
Any
good.
So
chance
Playground
that's-
Games is going to have 2 Game of the Year contenders
Oh, for
in
sure.
the same year.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
Hold on.
Hey, good thing
One
I
more
picked
thing,
them
one
up,
more
though.
thing.
No, a little wrap up.
So they want to remind you, Gary, of everything.
Show you everything.
Xbox is closing.
Xbox is closing.
These will be our last games.
Going out with a bang.
We've heard you.
Play a party brawler, and it's just as much about the act of trading with your friends as it is fast-paced competitive destruction.
Japan's car culture is one of the reasons we've been so excited for this location. Forza Horizon 6 will feature more than 550 cars at launch.
さまざまなスキルを組み合わせることで独自のプレイスタイルを作っていくことができるんです。
You can be the hero you want to be through the way you play, through the skills and abilities you learn, and through the weapons you use.
No.
All right.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for having an Xbox.
Yeah.
And thank you, Kinda Funny fans, for watching on twitch.tv/KindaFunnyGames and youtube.com/KindaFunnyGames while we live reacted to the Xbox Developer Direct. Don't worry, we're far from over. It's time for us to move into a Gamescast post show to review and, of course, talk about each and every one of these games and what we thought of the overall presentation. But before then, I'll remind you, we couldn't do stuff like this without your support. Pick up a Kinda Funny membership, patreon.com/KindaFunny, youtube.com/KindaFunnyGames, Apple, Spotify. $10 gets you all of our content ad-free. It gets you your daily dose of me, Greg Miller, in a series I call Greg Way. And of course, it gets you good karma for supporting an 11-year-old small business. But right now, you're not using your benefits. So here's a word from our sponsor.
This episode is brought to you by Boot.dev. If you're listening to this show, there's a solid chance that you, 1, like video games, and 2, at some point in your life have been interested in learning software development. Boot.dev combines those things because they know that the smartest way to learn is to never get bored. It takes your coding from beginner to expert the fun way through a hands-on RPG-like experience. If you're ready to put in the time it takes, like Kevin is.
My favorite feature is that you could find a solution that works, but then afterwards you can hit solution and see the way that they were trying to teach you to do it. That's really cool.
Curriculum designed for builders with gamers' sensibilities in mind, Boot.dev welcomes you to the most captivating way to learn to code. You can learn back-end web development from start to finish in Python, SQL, and Go. Bored learners quit, smart learners never get bored. That's why you'll learn by doing what you'd actually be doing at a job, building real projects. Go to boot.dev and use code KINDAFUNNY to get 25% off your entire first year on the annual plan. There's no better time to give your coding dreams a chance, just like Kevin's doing. Again, go to boot.dev and use code KINDAFUNNY to get 25% off your entire first year on the annual plan.
From the co-writer of Rogue One comes See You in Hell, a new Hollywood satire, kind of like The Studio, except you'd never get away with this on television, starring Shannon Woodward.
You seriously need to see a shrink or something before you get arrested for dicky waving.
Thomas Sadowski.
I don't have imposter syndrome.
You should. John Cryer.
You think I don't know bullshit when I hear it? I represent Sean Hannity.
And John Boyega.
I was in Star Wars and Pacific Rim.
The second one.
Wherever.
See You in Hell, wherever you get your podcasts, and at seeyouinhell.tv.
Hey, you! Join us in person for our live in review of Howard the Duck. That's right! Howard the Duck joins MCU in review Wednesday, January 28th at 7:30 p.m. at Cobb's Comedy Club for SF Sketchfest. You can come watch me do all the podcasts within a podcast you love. Andy will be going do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Nick will be shopping for pants during it. But everybody else will be there too for you to come hang out and see. All you have to do is go over to kindafunny.com/sketchfest right now to get your tickets before they sell out. Because coming watching a bunch of people talk about a very old Howard the Duck movie is really selling tickets fast.
Go to boot.dev and use code KINDAFUNNY to get 25% off your first year on the annual plan. If you want to get our shows ad-free and our exclusive shows, go to patreon.com/kindafunny.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kinda Funny Gamescast for Thursday, January 22nd, 2026. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside Forbes 30 Under 30, a.k.a. New York Game Awards nominated, a.k.a. Xbox Poppy, Blessing Adeoye Jr.
Good day, Greg. Why are you calling me Xbox Poppy?
Well, because there's an Xbox show we're doing right now.
Yeah.
It's an
I'll accept
Xbox
that.
show. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No problem. Of course, next to you, one of the former hosts of the Kinda Funny Xcast, the best voice in the business, Paris Lilly.
I'm going to Japan.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. I think we're all going there. I'm more excited to go to Albion, but we'll talk about that in a second. Next to him, the master of hype, Snowbike Mike.
Hi, Greg. Good afternoon. Fun time.
I can't wait for you in Paris to start posting those pictures from Japan when Microsoft sends you out there and fucking leaves me at home.
We're gonna have a great time.
Of course.
It's crazy.
Mike's other gaming dad, the rogue one, at Gary Witta.
Hello, sir. Thanks for having me today.
Thanks for coming out, Gary.
I mean, obviously, it's good to be back with my Xbox Pros here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Everybody in person, this is huge.
Yeah.
And of course, he's a Hispanic heartthrob, Texas street Latino heat, clicking heads and ripping them to shreds, the globe shotting, headshotting, three-point shooting, rootin' tootin', nitro rifle from twitch.tv, Andy Cortez.
Go Spurs, go.
Go Spurs, go. And are those Gary's Spurs? The Tottenham
we can say both.
Bucks?
Sure.
Yeah,
Why not?
I can also say Go Spurs, just different Spurs.
If you are catching this later, maybe not live, because we are live on youtube.com/kindafunnygames, twitch.tv/kindafunnygames. We just watched and live reacted to the Xbox Developer Direct for January 22nd. Now it's time to dive into each one of these 4 games, talk about what we liked, what we loved, what we didn't like, and of course, rate the overall experience. If you are live, youtube.com/kindafunnygames, you can super chat to be part of the show. Give me your thoughts on what you saw, what you liked, what you didn't like. What about dates? Of course, if you are listening or watching later, we will be doing your hot takes about Xbox tomorrow. So Roger will be putting up social media posts everywhere. You can comment on those and say, hey, this is what I thought. We'll pull into the show tomorrow and have a great time. Maybe you go to Patreon. where I'll put up a free quip though, and you could do it there. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I like the
free
quips.
quip.
I'm quipping left and right over on
Wow.
Patreon. Get a free membership. Come over. Be part of the Kind of Feudy surveys. Be part of the hot takes. It's great. Also, thank you on patreon.com/kindoffunny to our Patreon producers, Carl Jacobs, Omega Buster, and Delaney the Psalm 20. For now, let's begin with what is and forever will be topic of the show. Dots.
Wow. That's my first time seeing that.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's cool.
Thank you. Thank
Like
you very much.
lots,
I'm
yeah.
glad you finally watched the show.
He's never seen the show.
He's a listener.
If I'm
Gary's
not
a
on it,
listener.
It's been like that for 2 years.
It was similar when the ad was running. I was like, Gary, look, it's your ad. He's like, oh, that's not. We've been doing it all week long.
You said you would run it, but I believe it when I see it. I've seen it and I believe it. Thank you.
We just saw the Xbox Developer Direct. We just saw Forza Horizon 6. We just saw Beast of Reincarnation. We just saw Kiln, and we just saw Fable. Mike, I feel like you gotta kick me off here, all right, Mr. Xbox.
Yeah, Greg, what a great way to start off the year. Xbox and the Xbox Direct really delivered. The big 3 games that we knew about beforehand all looked great. And then, of course, Double Fine, being Double Fine. Xbox and Microsoft continuing to let Tim Schafer and that team just create really whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
From Keeper to this, they just let that team continue to have fun. And they put out fun games and fun products, which is great. But, I mean, man, oh, man. I mean, we'll kick it off with Forza. We'll keep it easy. I'll save the best for last.
We're going to go game by game.
I know, but I'll just quickly hit on it.
All right.
Forza looked great. Out in Japan, the dream location that we've all wanted. The stunning vistas, the awesome cars, the sound and audio design, all the way to what I am very excited for, the 5 times the largest cityscape that they've ever had, right? That is what I want to get lost in Tokyo. I am so pumped up for that. Then over to Game Freak and Beast and Reincarnation. Looks great. I'm excited to play a fun action game. I'm excited to see what Game Freak does outside the Pokemon world, see what they got. Fable, Playground Games, you delivered. Everybody has been sitting on pins and needles waiting to know, do they got it? Can they deliver? And you made Fable look great. And I can't wait to play that game. Great Xbox Direct.
That's where I want to go on the Kind of Funny review scale, operating on our patented 20-point review scale. Where would you put this Xbox Developer Direct?
I mean, this is their best one.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? They had dates to everything, or at least time frames of everything this year that we all knew. I'll give it a nice 9. I'll give it amazing.
What do you think could have taken it to a 10 in your opinion?
Having a firmer date for Fable.
Yeah.
I like autumn. I appreciate that, but always things slip. You get a little worried. I would have liked to seen Fable in the front half. I think Xbox has a lot of games. Usually the front half kind of gets ignored and we jam a lot into the second half, but there's a lot coming in the front half. More games that we'll have to talk about if you really look at the big picture. But that Game Freak, of course, saying summer. When summer, you're going to re-announce it some other time. But yeah, some firmer dates would have been nicer.
Harris, as a member of the Xcast, you should go next.
Are we doing it game by game, or you want me to run it all the way down?
This is our overview of what you thought overall, and then I want your score as well.
I thought this was a great Dev Direct. Arguably the best one that they've had, because it just really comes down to the games themselves. Forza Horizon 6 looks fantastic. Beast of Reincarnation, which I didn't know what to expect from it, but when we finally got to see it, I go, this is something I definitely want to play. Fable. I mean, it just almost goes without saying at this point. Long awaited, but highly anticipated. I'm kind of with Mike. I wish they were a little firmer on the date, but autumn is kind of what I expected up in that range. But I have to admit, the Double Fine game, as much as cool as it looked, and I loved, it's a Double Fine ass game. It's what you want from that studio. I hope enough people give it a chance and try it, because that'll be the biggest thing about it being a multiplayer game, having enough of your friends and having enough people wanting to jump in and play. Overall, I give it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10, okay. Gary, round out this Xcast. Where are you reviewing this one? What's your overall thought on the Developer Direct?
I thought it was very strong. You know, we always talk about like are the vibes on or are they off? The vibe check, I think, is very good. Those are, I mean, I would play all 4 of those games in what, you know, it's just a question of like what order. There wasn't anything there that was like, oh, that doesn't interest me at all, right? It's all good. I think for me personally, Fable's the headline. You know, I historically am an Xbox guy. You know, I remember I played the original Fable a lot. And I actually went back and played the remastered version of it not long ago, just kind of like
I booted anniversary this week as well.
It's fun. It's still a great game. And it looks like they're keeping the spirit of it alive. The only thing that I didn't see them show a lot of, which is a key part of Fable, is the comedy. And I think that we know that's going to be there, right? That's going to be a big part of it. And that's something that's not necessarily easy to show in a trailer. But I think, you like Rich Twat and stuff, like clearly that voice is still there, right? There's going to be that acerbic, kind of very British humor type voice, and I think that's important. Looks beautiful, looks great. I think the red pills in the chat were happy to see you can play as a man, right? So that's, well,
what's your overall score?
Well done to them. I think that's reductive. I don't like putting numbers on things.
Okay, great.
Forza, fantastic. It's pretty much exactly what I thought it was going to be, but that's a compliment. That's what I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
I wanted the urban. I wanted the Tokyo Drift vibes, right? I wanted like scream through Akihabara and all that kind of stuff. It feels like it looks beautiful. It's exactly that's the most known quantity of all of these things, right? We kind of know what
Forza's going to be amazing.
The Forza formula is very. The thing that stood out is really exciting is the base building. I want to know to what extent that is going to be something you can really get your teeth into. Sure. That's like it's like talking about doing Awakening earlier. That's a game where I very rarely went out into the world and did things. I liked to kind of nest. You want to nest, and like build your base and have it set up just the way you want. So I'd be very interested to see like. It looked like maybe they showed you that massive like open field that you could build into. It looks like you can build like a really big complex.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that'll be fun to see to what extent can you hang around there, what things can you do. Beast of Reincarnation, probably
we'll get to all that.
Oh no, I think you wanted the overview.
Yeah, but you already given me. You don't have a score, but you like the thing. You did. The thing.
I liked it. We can get into it specifically. Yeah,
I like that. Blessing. What did you think?
That was fantastic. I think this was the best Xbox developer direct. I'm somebody who, I feel like when it comes to Xbox overall, I feel like I'm lower than the last few years compared to other people as far as like, even last year, I look at the games that we got and I'm kind of like, all right, it was fine. It was whatever, right? I love Keeper, but some of the other games didn't hit as hard for me. This is the highest I've felt looking forward to an Xbox year where we're talking about Forza Horizon, of course, going to Tokyo, all the stuff they showed me. It's, an interesting place where I've loved Forza Horizon since Forza Horizon 3. I play it religiously when it comes out. I'm fucking obsessed with Forza Horizon. And so when you show me a showcase that is, hey, here's more of this thing that you love, part of it feels like going back to a Michelin-starred restaurant that
what's the new menu?
Yeah. And it's like, all right, here's how we updated the menu. And then somehow they excited me again. Like
nice.
the complex, like, hearing how they've expanded, like, hey, this is how big the cityscape is, all that shit really worked for me. Here, the cherry blossoms, I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah.
Damn, Denny's just getting the Hobbit menu? Like, whoa.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's kind of what it feels like.
5-star Michelin restaurant, Denny's.
That's really exciting.
And 550 cars at launch.
Yeah, plus they said.
Very impressive, yeah.
And so, yeah, to do the thing of taking Forza Horizon and finding a way to excite me even more for this thing that I'm already like, hey, I'm showing up either way. Good on you. Fable, I mean, like, I have a mild take, medium take, and a hot take on Fable. My hot take being that in the same way that, like, actually, I won't put it like that. The way I'll put it is that this is the first game so far this year that I feel like could go up against GTA 6 as far as critical conversation and game of the year conversation.
What they just showed, if they can deliver on that vision, that is a game of the year contender.
In the way that in 2013, The Last of Us was the game to be like, all right, hey, this is the game of the year contender in contention with GTA 5.
Yeah.
Fable looks like the first game where I'm genuinely like, yo, if that delivers the way that they're presenting it, that could be an all-timer, right, of an RPG. That is giving me all the things that I want. We'll get to that later. Beast of Reincarnation looks great. I think my one caveat with it is that, like, it kind of gives me a bit of the things that I already got in Stellar Blade. And it does look a bit more fresh, a bit more unique in certain ways than Stellar Blade. But even still, I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, this is going to be tough in the same year that I'm getting a Phantom Blade Zero. But some of the turn-based, I don't even know if turn-based is the right word, but like the pause menu stuff in the combat looks fun, looks interesting. And so I want to see more of that.
Blessing. You're getting Brad.
I am getting Brad. I'm getting my guy Brad. And then Kiln, I mean, like, I love, and this is something that we ask for all the time as people who play video games. We always ask for new and fresh ideas. We ask for new IP. We ask for games that are smaller, that don't feel like they have to be the biggest thing ever, right? Not everything needs to be a live service. Double Fine is delivering that to you time after time after time after time. You motherfuckers better play this fucking video
art
game.
house of Xbox's studios, right?
Yes. Like, they're doing all the things that we're asking for. And so, shout out, Killen. I think the game looks good.
What's your overall score?
I'm with Gary. I'm not going to give it a score.
Okay, fair enough.
That's right.
I like that.
Let it spread.
Force us to give
Yeah,
a score,
exactly.
I'm still gonna give a score.
Okay,
I was throwing. But I'm not. What am I gonna do? Put a gun to the kid's head?
Let's see if Andy's a rebel
Andy,
or
what do you
not.
think?
I give it 8.5.
Yeah, Andy.
I'm an employee, you know. Yeah, I thought it was awesome. I thought it was lots of great games. I think that I think maybe Kiln was the most disappointing, even though it was a stacked lineup, so it wasn't disappointing because it was still very, very cool and creative and neat. And also, when I'm watching Kiln, I know that this is their little game jam thing that they, it's a side project. It isn't a main big thing that they are working on, but it's something that they want to show love to, and I think that's really, really neat. And it looks fun. It's adorable, very charming. And yeah, Beast of Reincarnation looked awesome. I'm very, very surprised by how much deeper they went with what the story was and, what they're getting into with kind of having a mix of sci-fi in there as well. Forza, of course, looking fantastic. And then, yeah, I think Fable, I can't wait to play it on PC in 60-plus frames because I think that's going to be a 30-frame game on Xbox, much like Starfield was. Yeah,
30 frames.
Wasn't super smooth, and hopefully they got time to kind of iron out some of those issues. But like, I think enough people have learned from the mistakes of Cyberpunk to not overpromise what their world can do.
Sure.
Because when we first saw Cyberpunk, I was like, wow, we can just exist in this world. And like, you just couldn't. That's not what the game really was, But there just seems to be, like, they really put an emphasis on how deep these systems go with the social, talking to people in the town and the job systems and people
marriage and family and stuff.
People recognizing all those traits and things like that. That's the stuff that I live for in games. I'm like, wow.
And that's always been like a core part of Fable.
The developers put in that much time to kind of make sure that you are being recognized for your actions in the game, and I love that shit.
Yeah, I hope it pays off. Obviously, we'll have way more to say about Fable at the end. For me, what a direct. What a great job. What a way to step up. What a tone setter for the year, for the 25th anniversary of Xbox, which they're promoting to. To end on Fable and have that, I think in the history of us reacting, recent history, the most Greg-ass game I've ever seen. Like, that's what I'm always talking about wanting out of my RPGs. Choices, consequence, recognize what I'm doing. Give me things that make my playthrough incredibly different than Andy's, incredibly different than Gary's. So if they can deliver on that, that's front runner for Game of the Year for me, even over GTA, which I'm also obviously incredibly excited for.
Now you're just going. That's crazy.
No, why am I? I mean, GTA is always a technical powerhouse. It's always cool what they're doing in the world, but like narrative story, whatever.
I mean, obviously personal taste. I mean, I just kind of feel like GTA 6 is in a category of one, isn't it?
I mean, that's how Rockstar wants me to think about it, and I agree that the amount of time and money they're investing. I'm not throwing shade at GTA. I expect it to be my second most.
They still have shown almost nothing at GTA 6. I think there's a good chance that when it comes out, it's like, oh fuck, like, they really went there. Yeah.
I mean, I saw one of the things that the chat called out that I still am in the same boat of for Fable, right? Of like, so far they've only shown that one giant quest, with literally the giant, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to have them be like, hey, here's how this also could end and do it. It's like, on the one hand, of course, tell me more about the thing you've already shown me. But on the other hand, it's like, but what else do you have? Do you have that? Is that going to be...
Should we just start this whole thing with Fable? Like, should we just deep dive on Fable?
Sure. All right. For me, I want to talk about Fable. I would give this, I think, on the Kind of Funny score, I think Fable was... I would say the Fable overall presentation was 10 out of 10. I would bring it down to 9.5 because they didn't have a better date than Autumn, which I hate. And so then overall, I would say 9. I think everything was great, amazing here. I think I'm with you of like Double Fine. I look at that, I go, wow, so cool. I will never play that. That's not a game I'm excited to play in any way, shape, or form. And I hope that I'm the total minority and a majority of people.
Do you think there's any chance it slips?
Oh, I think there's a chance everything slips. But you're talking about what, Fable?
Fable in particular, because that's the one that feels the most slippy.
If you're like, for Xbox to be like, hey, everybody, this is the stuff coming out this year, and then Fable's the one you're promoting, I expected Fable to have a date. I expected Fable to be early. I'm right in the second half of the year.
But you're right. 2 points on that. 2 points on that. What you're saying, the fact that with Forza, they weren't ready to commit to a PlayStation version, but Fable they were. I have a little more confidence that they're going to be able to hit the end of the year, but to the point, it can obviously slip. But I want to go back to what you were originally talking about there at the end of them showing the same thing, basically an extension of what we already seen. I'm okay with that because My biggest thing I wanted to see out of this, I wanted to see the open world itself, and I wanted to see combat in action.
Yeah.
And they gave me that and extended upon things we've already seen.
Yeah.
Clearly, they have plenty of time the rest of the year to continue to show us new things as far as that goes.
It's
So
remarkable.
instead of this huge info dump in January, you can space it out as you lead up.
Unless I missed something along the way for a game, it's interesting that for a game that has been known about and in development, and they remarked upon it for so long now, and they've shown it a few times. This is the first real proper look that I think we've had at it, right?
Yeah.
Gameplay, combat,
Explanation
social
of
mechanics,
stuff.
all of that stuff. This is the first real deep dive. And like again, as someone who has played Fable since the original and knows it well, it feels like they're focusing on all the right things.
So let's double back. We are jumping right into Fable. We're going game by game. We're starting at the end because we all want to get the cork out of it. Blessing, you want to go.
Well, only to get into the GTA of it all, because I think that's such an interesting conversation. When I look back at the big Rockstar game, last two big Rockstar games being GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2, I feel like they've always had the adversaries, right? With GTA 5, it was Last of Us. With Red Dead Redemption 2, it was God of War. And I feel like this year, everything I'm seeing from this Fable game is answering the questions of what do I want out of a fantasy RPG to push it forward, right? Like I was streaming and talking about, I think, just upcoming video games or something like that, right? And one of the chatters, I asked the question, what is your genre beef? What's a genre? What's a beef that you have with like whatever genre of video game? And one of the chatters mentioned that in Western RPGs, I hate that combat always sucks. And I read that and I was like, you're right.
Does it?
Yes. I mean, for me, at least, I don't.
Witcher 3 combat sucks?
Yes.
Initially, they did.
Yes.
They improved it.
I'm playing it right now, and it's fine, but it's definitely not the best.
What Western RPG has the best combat?
Man, I liked Veilguard's combat a lot, and I know that's a hot take, and people hate
Veilguard combat rock.
Andy, this is why you and me are best friends.
And to be fair, the games that came to mind are the ones that I played, right? I'm thinking of Avowed, I'm thinking of Skyrim, I'm thinking of, I guess, Witcher 3 was one of the ones that come to mind, right? A lot of the first-person ones. But I digress. Fable's combat here actually looks fucking fun.
That looks awesome.
Yeah,
that
it
looks
looked great.
really good.
Really, really good.
The enemy animations
jump into
look
that
fantastic.
and just go into there when they're fighting in the woods and they're showing all the different things. And first off, we're doing dual daggers, which speaks to my heart. We got the big sword. We're using magic.
Now, I do have one tiny, it's not really a critique. I just need to see more. I want to see how the difficulty, the AI of the enemies themselves.
Of course.
Clearly, they're showing this off to, because this is a dev direct, but I want to see actual real combat scenarios with difficulty on it, because that would be I'm assuming there's going to be big bosses that you're going to have to fight and all that as well. So
yeah, you saw one of them, right?
Yeah,
at
yeah.
one point. Yeah. How that'll all shake out and play.
Getting back into my point, though, there's that combat. When you talk about the morality system, I think one of the conversations that me and Greg have had before on KFGD is that, like, you look back to games that have had morality systems where it is, black and white. Fallout 3, you do good things, it goes up. You do bad things, Infamous, all this stuff. And that feels like dated design in some way, in a lot of ways, honestly. When they talk about, you're going to do things, right? And that's going to change your reputation very specifically of like, all right, this guy kicks chickens. But hey, maybe not everybody in this town hates a chicken kicker. Like that to me sounds fucking awesome. And they talk, it seems like that goes real deep as far as the way they're talking about.
Exactly. And I have, for me, it's a living population. Right, which ties into this morality thing. First name. Oh, and then it's gone when you expand it. First name, no last name said, I got chills when I heard living populations. Me too, and especially when you saw it, right, as they're talking about unique thousands. There's more than 1,000 of them. They have their own lives. You can hire them to work in your business. You can put them, rent them beds, kick them out of beds or whatever. But then tie that into morality and see how each one reacts. And then right now, I'm parsing through as I also host, so stick with me. They have an interview with one of the Playground people up on the Xbox Wire, right? So as you saw in the developer direct, our version of morality isn't a sliding scale. We've chosen to anchor this around the actions you do, and specifically the things you do in Albion that are witnessed, and then it's italicized, by at least one other person. So if the things you do are seen by one or more people, you start to earn a reputation for that thing. Obviously, we always use the chicken kicking, right? I love this idea, and like what they were showing in the direct of the pop-up of plus rich, plus whatever, and it's like, oh, not good, not bad, which is always sounds cool, and then you're 20 hours into Mass Effect, you're like, oh, I'm not suddenly going to choose the Renegade option. I've been doing Paragon, so there's no choice to this.
When I say dated, it's the idea that at the beginning of my playthrough, I'm going to choose to be good or bad, and that's going to determine every choice I make from there out, right? I'm always going to choose the good option. Here, you have all these different things that can happen, and then going into NPC routines that they talk about as well. There's so much here that seems to make this game feel alive and exciting for me, when I hear them talk about it, that seems fucking awesome.
Well, I do hope the consequences aren't cut and dry as far as good and evil, in the sense of like the giant as an example. They brought up you could kill him or you could do something else. Maybe it doesn't matter what choice you think killing him would be the bad choice, but then that actually turns out to be a good thing because everyone's thankful for that. Or if you let him go for some reason, that
or more interestingly, opinion is divided on.
Some people
like that, some people don't.
Right? Not going to be happy that you killed her brother.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be the thing, right? You can see that so you kill him, people will be pissed off. There's a rotting corpse outside of their thing, but there's going to be people happy he's gone. And then if you don't kill him, there's going to be people pissed off. There's a giant lumbering around, stepping on their houses.
Yeah, and you're going to be sad that one NPC you liked. Is
Your
now
wife?
kind of pissed off at you or whatever. I think Avowed did a very good job with that. With like suddenly, like, oh man, you weren't happy with that choice?
Yeah.
Fuck,
I didn't see that comment.
I really rocked it. Blessing, God of War would like a word first off.
Like the fact that people in chat are saying God of War for Western RPG, learn things. All right, read a book. That's what I say.
Wow.
Read a book. That's
Educate
right.
yourself.
So Gary,
Educate yourself.
doubling back to you as a Fable head like myself, somebody who loved the old games or whatever. This gets you going. You're all in.
Oh, 100%. Of the 4 games that were shown today, if you said to me you can go home and play a finished build of one of these right now, it'd be Fable, and it wouldn't be close.
Oh.
And that's not to say anything bad about the other games. Nope. That's the one that is most of my personal taste.
100%. Anybody else want to? What else we want to talk? They brought up British humor. Gary, I've never thought a British person was funny.
No.
You like, thank goodness you're here.
I know I love British humor. I'm just fucking around because Gary's here.
No, I mean that's always been a big part of it. You know, British humor is very specific. You know, and the nice thing about it is it has traveled quite well. You know, a lot of people like Monty Python and that's a huge. You know, The Office. You name it is like British history. British comedy. I think translates very well to the US audience. You know, they appreciate kind of the quirkiness of it, and I think that. But it's tough to do. You know, being funny is hard, as you know, Greg. And it's
that's why they named the company Kinda. I wasn't overcommitted.
That qualifier right there in the title. And again, they didn't show a lot of that, but just the little things that they did show indicate that is again, like they're not stupid. They know what the core pillars are. Like again, it's it's open world, freedom of choice, consequences of choices, the sense of a living world where you can have families and kids and just like nest and get into these little. Mini, social dramas. Like oh god, I've been caught cheating with this person or whatever. Buying houses and all this kind of stuff.
Kids, it's gonna be crazy.
Having kids running around and humor. Like those to me are kind of the pillars of it. And I think that they address to some extent or another all of those things.
I was just gonna say real quick. I think in the other presentations where it was talking with that one dude with the long hair and talking with the guy from the IT crowd or whatever. I think we saw enough glimpses of. Like we're getting a lot of really like funny, quirky British humor here, and I think it's also really hard to sell in a presentation. But I think we got enough here to show me that we're gonna get a lot more during the game. It's just I think it's a harder thing to like. Let's try to play this joke off and hope that everybody laughs at it.
Even what we're looking at with the pop-ups above their head, the way they're putting the stuff here, Chicken Chaser, and like I just love the style that we're seeing, let alone the visuals and how gorgeous this world looks, but just the style this game already has of being that fairy tale. Like that's what these games are.
They haven't gone for like and again, this is true to Fable, right? They haven't gone for like a hyper-realistic Witcher style. You know, there is some stylization to it. It does look like a children's fairy tale to some extent.
Yeah.
Which again is exactly what
That's
Fable
what I
is
want.
supposed
That's
to be.
Lots of bloom. Yeah.
G. Danner had this one, I think, in the Fable conversation. Do you think that most of the NPC stuff is shallow? Marrying anyone is cool until they don't have real romance and story, etc. Hard to say as we're just going off of this. My thing is, I do think it will be shallow. Obviously, 1,000 people, they're saying the things. I'm sure people are going to say the same stuff. You know, we see them get mad at you when you walk by. I'm sure I'm going to hear I'm a knob a million times as I walk through based on some decision.
Yeah, but you're used to that.
Of course, that's just me walking around the streets of San Francisco. But doubling over to the marriage romance, I'm still in the camp as somebody who is wearing a Starfield jacket and loves Starfield, right? Marriage in RPGs usually sucks as well. It's usually we're back to the black and whiteness of it. So if we're getting as Fable and Gary, you can attest to this from playing them before, if we're getting a more disposable isn't the right word, but like, yes, it is a thin marriage system because that's what it is. Like you're going to marry this person and get benefits from it that'll augment your gameplay and have these kids that could, I assume, be good or bad in the future and then they find out maybe you're true to them forever and it gives you the buff the entire time, or, you know, you have another family and they find out and that ruins like,
Well, that's the thing is like that. I think that's the trickiest thing to pull off. But in success, I think is the most fun because you can create all these like viral clips and moments. It's like, oh, look at this fucked up situation I've created.
I think
this
it's
kind of
more of a-
Maury Povich type scenario where like. I've got a baby. I've got my
really
baby
cool,
mama
right?
over here, but this is my real family. What if they find out
But
about
to
each other? Now it's kicking
G's
off.
question,
Like, that's fun.
I feel like it's not so much a story bit as a system bit, and I'm there for it if it knows it's a system.
Are you going 5 miles wide and a foot deep, or are you trying to go really deep into all these mechanics?
Yeah, I view it more as like The Sims rather than like a deep ass dating sim, right?
All
It's more
those
about the
things
fun of
above
it.
their head look so Sims to me.
Yes.
Yeah, 100% out there. Michael, are you stoked? Are you say you're in like
Yeah, I mean, I'm super stoked on this. You know, I think when we talked about the world design and we got to see some of those vistas and some of those different areas we'll go to, that also got me excited. I think we've talked about the systems and the town and the combat, but like, man, when they showed like the Fable world, right, and you think about like the places you'll go, they really knocked it out the park. And I expected that, right, with Playground Games and what they've done with Forza Horizon and the open world that they've created there to use those systems and all the techniques that they've got. Really knocked it out the park. My mind goes to, Greg, as we start to move away from Fable is, so what's the next showing then? We're back at Summer Game Fest.
Summer Game Fest.
And then how big is this? It better have the date, right? But like, how deep are we going? Are we going to see a main villain, right? Like, what else are you going to show to get everybody excited besides just the dates?
So obviously there will be another showing. For me personally, that was what I wanted to see. I feel like if they showed
this
nothing
is
else
for the
between now and launch,
debut.
I'd be
Yeah.
good. That was the thing. A real substantial look at the game. And again, I'll come back to what the headline is for me. Again, as someone who's been around for a long time and was there for the original Xbox launch and played the original Fable and loved it and played it again recently and is familiar with all the Fable games. Just in generally, this passes the smell test. Like, does it look like Fable? Does it feel like Fable? Does it feel like they're focusing on the right things? Does it feel like these people, these developers understand what made Fable good? Like, is Fable in safe hands? It feels very much like yes, right?
100%.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
I think the next big marketing beat for Summer Game Fest will be like, it'll be a 3-minute trailer or 5-minute trailer, and it will be press getting their hands on the game.
Exactly.
I think that's the more important thing.
This will be just like it
was.
was. This will be the Outer Worlds version of this past SGF. Here's a story trailer. Here is the guy. Here is the thing. And then, behind closed doors, we all go play for 30 minutes and come back and talk about it. I like this question / super chat from Al Wheeler. All right. Late birthday tax from Royal Leamington Spa. Happy birthday.
Leamington.
I said he wrote it Leamington.
Yeah, but it's pronounced Leamington.
Why do you write it with L-E-A?
Much like it's Edinburgh.
Because Gleam, you spell Gleam
Don't
that
get me
way.
started on
it.
Just like it's not Leicester. I don't know.
Leamington Spa. Will Playground Games become Xbox's most important studio if Fable sticks the landing?
I mean, they're already carrying two of their biggest franchises on their shoulders at one developer. That's a heavy burden.
Obsidian would like a word.
Playground. I mean, like, those are the top two right now. If not, they're in the top 3 to top 5 category no matter what. And Playground Games, with after what Forza did as a Game of the Year standout last time, they're pretty important. They're very important.
They made a Game of the Year.
But I mean, you can argue. Well, and we'll talk about Forza, but they're going to have 2 Game of the Year contenders this year.
Yeah,
from one studio. So
no, because racing games never win Game of the Year.
It won't win, but it'll be up.
IGN won.
IGN Forza Horizon 5.
Come on, IGN.
They lost a lot of credibility, 11 years ago.
I feel like we've talked about this before. Fighting games and racing games always are considered like at a disadvantage when it comes to like, overall Game of the Year. They just like, oh yeah, we'll give you your category award, but you can never like go for the big prize. Forza, IGN did give a game that again. That was an
I
exception.
feel like it was Ryan McCaffrey
the
finally
rule.
winning a fight after.
Maybe so.
Like, I'm sure he's been saying that since Forza 3.
But I could see this as a Game of the Year. I mean, you just never know. Like when I'll give myself credit. I remember being excited about it from word go, but when they first showed Expedition 33, I remember thinking this game might have something. But like no one, it's not like we were seriously thinking this game's going to end up being the most fucking awarded game of all time, right? And yet it was. And so, like, I mean, at this point, you can never say, like, you've really got to get your hands on it to know. But like, does Fable look like it has the potential to be at that level, like in the best case scenario? Absolutely.
I sure as hell hope so. Shark super chats for our final Fable one. There's a bunch in here. Maybe we'll get to the end, just people's thoughts on it. Remember, of course, tomorrow's Gamescast is your Xbox hot takes. Roger is putting up stuff all over the place. There'll be a free Patreon post at patreon.com/kindafunny where you can sound off. But Shark right now super chats on Fable and says, so from this trailer, it seems like this could be a person's first Fable without feeling left out from not playing the others. Yes, they've been vocal about that, but over on The Wire, they do have...
I mean, it kind of has to be, right? Because Fable has been dormant for a long time.
We've always referred to this game as a new beginning. exciting because one of the things we were convinced of was that we had to reboot the franchise. It's been a long time since the end of that original trilogy. Nearly 2 generations have passed in video game terms, and those original games are still available to play today, looking even better than they are with backwards compatibility. There's some marketing speak getting into the interview. So we've chosen not to be beholden to the timeline of the original games, the events, the characters, really just to allow ourselves the freedom to build our own Albion and tell our own new story within it, which is 1000% the right move, and I am stoked about that. But Andy,
hey,
where do you want to go from Fable? What do you want to talk about beyond Fable?
I mean, I would love to stick with Forza.
Let's do it.
I'd love to stick with Playground Games and
let's do it.
Talk Forza and another one of those games where I think it was Forza Horizon 4 that I got really addicted to. I was like, I'm not a car gamer. Like, I don't ever play racing games ever. And so, but getting really into 4 and then 5 being, I think number 5 on my top 10 list that year. I think Forza just has the stuff, man. They have the right formula for a racing game for me to enjoy. I think everything, it's always like little 10-minute chunks of now I'm doing this challenge and there's a challenge over here. It's kind of like racing Breath of the Wild. There's always like something over there that you want to go see what that is, and you go there and it's a new challenge. It's a new thing to kind of show off, or it's a new leaderboard you want to tackle. I think all of the base building stuff did even more for my excitement. Like, you could have not had that in there and it still would have been, wow, this is going to be a game of the year contender. But to add base building, like, I fucking love just losing myself hours and building and making things, and that looks like it's going to be really awesome and just kind of a neat melding of 2 different mechanics. I thought the game, I had several thoughts, just like Gary did watching. I was like, I don't know what's footage or not. Like, there were so many and I think it was all just, actual gameplay, but I think the game looks so freaking stunning, and having the city of Japan being this or having the country of Japan being a character, but like those Tokyo roadways have me so stoked, because I felt very similarly in Forza Horizon 4 and 5 that like, there's not a whole lot of city pathways that I want to be racing around, and like they're really kind of small and condensed, and you drive for 20 seconds and now you're gone out of the city. To see that they are really, really focusing on making the city a character seems like, all right, that's the right call to make. I think it looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks incredible. And I'm not a car guy either. I've come to Forza late via Ben. Ben being so excited. He loves playing Forza Horizon. And so now this is when I look at it, I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to play this and explore and unlock and like driving around and seeing the
driving cars.
That for sure. But I mean, just driving around and finding cars parked in driveways that are modded and look cool. I can't wait for that. Bless, are you jumping in?
Oh, of course I'm jumping in. Yeah, no. I
didn't mean to insult you. I'm sorry.
How fucking dare you?
How fucking dare you
ask? Yeah. No, I'm super excited for this, right? I might have to lobby to get best moment or sequence back into the Smileys, because like I feel like racing a mech or Gundam or whatever that is probably gonna hit like crack cocaine. Like that shit's gonna go crazy.
You should do the Halo one.
The Halo one is
I've done that one.
The Pelican. That shit was.
I mean, well, that's the thing is in all these games, right? You're either racing an airplane or you're racing a train. They always have those special sequences for you, or those crossovers, like with the Halo one, right? Gundam sounds like the craziest
DLC as well was fun that they did.
It didn't look like a licensed Gundam. I think they're just going for overall large mech, because it didn't have like the exact same that's the whatever. Not that I know the most about Gundam, but I fucking love it as I follow way too many Gundam fan accounts just because I love looking at mechs, But I'm wondering if they got the license or not.
Yeah, maybe we can freeze. I'm not in any way a Gundam expert. But
that was Barbados. Oh,
if we go back to that foot, is someone know enough about it to say that's definitely from this or that? Like, okay, what does that tell you? Fucking
nerds in the chat, you got
it. Look at the YouTube, like fucking up all this shit. Get those fucking freaking guns off. There you go.
All right, people are saying that it's Gundam Barbados. Okay,
100%.
Okay,
right. So that means they have the license, right?
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I mean that seems fucking hype. And then I love when they add things that feel a bit more meaningful, right? And so like the wristband stuff, I'm actually kind of curious to see how that goes. Like I love a good progression system. I love a good way to kind of get you back even more into the world.
You think Godzilla's too much to ask for? Maybe a little kaiju?
Oh my god!
I mean, I think that's DLC.
That's a big.
Yeah,
I think that's got to be a DLC. Yeah.
I think that you got to keep something in the back pocket.
Yeah,
I want a track over the water with him walking next to.
That'd be dope as shit. Yeah.
More ways to unlock cars. I love. Right. I like the barn finds, but I want even more stuff there. I'm really looking forward to this.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's about the shared experience, right? I think these guys touched on a lot of things that I would highlight as well. But to piggyback off of Bless, right, these things that I'm looking for is like that shared experience. And I think you're going to see that with the garages now, being able to see your friends in a lineup of cars similar to GTA.
You stole what I was going to say.
Right, I know you. Terrence, you and I, we've been doing this a long time. We know what we're going to talk about here. But yeah, like, when you play Forza, it's all about showing Paris, my best friend, like this cool car I got, or Gary, this new paint job that I put on the Warthog. And it's always all right, stay right here 1 sec. Let me go into the menu. Let me switch the car. Okay, let me pull it out. Let me load it in. Awesome. Now it's like, hey, let's share this experience together. I'll go to your garage. You come to my garage. Let's show you the 10 cars, the big lineup, right? The idea of building a base. How deep is that really? Is that just place? You know, we'll see what kind of fun that is. But they've done a great job of like identifying that Forza, particularly Horizon, is a fun shared experience with your friends. And it's all about how do we keep you together? How do we showcase the things that you love? And it is the cars. It is the fun moments. So, yeah, I loved everything they showed here.
Cherry blossoms.
Some initial D, some drifting.
Yep.
I like
Did
that.
show some drifting.
Man,
Of
we
course
get
you
that
have to
orange
have it.
Supra like Han. Oh my god.
I mean, I can't really add too much to what both Bless and Mike just said, because I really think they're enhancing the social experience, which I think is the most important thing about this. The fact that you even start off as a tourist in there.
Yeah,
so
that's a wild story,
I
Pete.
think there's going to be a lot of, hey, let's discover Japan. Let's understand the culture, the different regions, all these things that make up Japan. The fact that we're getting, what did they say, Tokyo 5 times?
Five times bigger than their largest
Yeah, they've done
cityscape,
before. Gary even was saying while we're watching it, the night racing and that is just going to be fantastic. I can't wait for that as well. And then you even touched on it, Greg, the fact that there's going to be that discovery aspect of finding these cool cars just sitting off the beaten path. I think the meetup thing, even though they didn't say it's in there, I would love if you could race for pink slips.
Yeah.
If it's not in the game now, damn it, put it in there as DLC. I would love that you have these meetups, you show off the cars that you have, and then
Roger,
hey,
put your your Yaris on the line.
Exactly. Let's go for it. Yeah.
It's really cool of like the meetup, like you said, right? We saw this with Call of Duty recently of, hey, that guy's got an awesome gun. I want that. Oh, you could just steal the blueprint now. Same thing here. We go to the meetups. Greg's got a dope car. Oh, you could just buy it right now, and then it's in my collection. I'm doing that. I don't have to worry about, oh, what's the name again, Greg? I lost it. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah.
I'll never find that again. They do a great job with that. They touched on more things to do in the open world, right? You know, Forza, there's so much to do, from smashing billboards to hitting massive jumps. What more do you add is super, super exciting to all of this. Like, I'm pumped up. And then, of course, we don't even talk about the user-generated content, but that is where Forza really shines.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like,
They're giving you this sandbox
Yes.
and these tools to be able to, the base building that you're going to do, the crazy shit that Andy's going to be making, and you go to Andy's house, and you're like, how the hell did you do that?
Here is Halo Forge. Here is Battlefield Portal.
Yeah.
Here is Forza user-generated content that we've seen in 4 and 5, right? Of like, there are people out there that make awesome races, fun ideas that are outside the box that even the team at Playground can't think of. And then all of a sudden, you're playing this with your friends, and you're going, this is so dope. Man, I love when they add that.
And Gary, I'm going to push back on what you said before about Game of the Year stuff, because I truly think this game can be a Game of the Year contender this year. Because
I think it's good. I think it could well be good enough to be a Game of the Year contender.
Yeah.
I'm speaking more towards there's a bit of an inherent bias
I
towards
mean,
games.
do I think it wins? No, but do I think it could get nominated and stay in the conversation throughout the year? Absolutely.
It looks great. Look, I've been waiting for them to go to Japan for a long time. I was really disappointed when Forza 5 was in Mexico. Not that Mexico wasn't cool, but I really wanted Japan.
Yeah.
And now we're getting, we've been waiting for the shoe to drop for a while, right? And I think, like, in general, Forza Horizon, if you're, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but like if you're a car enthusiast, there isn't any other game that scratches that itch than this one, better than this
Gran
one.
Turismo would
No, Gran Turismo is not a fun game to play.
You hear that?
Enthusiast.
Gran Turismo is great if you want to feel like you're going really slow, even though the odometer says 200 miles an hour.
Look good.
Yeah.
They're so real. Mike locked eyes at Blessing, and I want to see what that was about. But before that, I want to bring in Rabbit of Canterbolic, who says, of course, Forza Horizon looked great and Fable looks amazing. ... Could this be a year where one developer has multiple Game of the Year nominees?
Yes, 100%. I said it while we were watching it. Absolutely.
Yeah, why not? I think that, again, Japan to me makes a lot of sense, not because of the car culture and, it's the really, really interesting bifurcation between There's big rolling hills areas, Mount Fuji. I didn't miss. I saw it for the second time. I must have missed it. Like driving through that road that's dug out of the snow.
Yes.
That looked really, really cool. That almost like that tunnel. But of course, again, we talked about what I want is most of my time is going to be drifting. I'm going to be in Akihabara. Again at night, I want that kind of initial D Tokyo Drift kind of vibe. I think that's going to be really, really fun.
Nighttime in this?
They did.
They didn't, but you know that. But you know
they're
they
going to do it, and the car's going to glow underneath and have all the
you have to
neons.
mark it as like for mature and adults only. Like if you're going to get too sexy. Like,
I think
I was waiting for a nighttime shot.
The social aspects are super, super fun. I love the idea of the meetups. Go and hang out. Oh, cool car. Is it for sale and that kind of stuff? You can have fun with that. The base building to me is the biggest unknown and where I would like to see more. Like, I don't think it's going to be the kind of thing where you can like physically. I think it's going to be like snap to this location, snap. I don't think it's going to be like a fully traversable. It's probably too much to ask.
Add that at some point.
Could I invite you over to my crib and like show you my garage? Like, is that part social? I don't know, but like, I mean, look at that.
They said in the thing it was, yeah.
Okay, so I mean, I think that's going to be really cool. And again, I can see myself putting a lot of time into just nesting and like building the perfect base.
Like Forza Horizon 7, my number one request is a walkable garage.
Yeah,
it should be walkable because I think you. Correct me if I'm wrong, in one of the Forzas, you get out of the car, you can walk all the way around to 360.
Oh,
they showed it. They said, and they showed the garage. It was first person.
Can you do that in a
you can
fully
do that.
contiguous way? Can I walk all the way around the campus, or am I just like snapping from one location?
No,
to another?
I don't think they would let you build stuff without touring it. Like,
I don't even know yet what the campus will even have for you to really want to see, right? What are these buildings in the background that will be that cool that you have to see, right?
I'm just a homebody. Like, give me like a TV. Just give me like a room with a big screen TV that I can put YouTube on.
He just wants a GTA 5.
I'll just stay at home while everyone else is racing by.
I mean, I agree. That's what I want to do.
The only thing I'll say, and I don't think this is going to change, and this is just me. I've mentioned it before. Forza, and you mentioned it. The Forza Horizon games have so much to do, and they offer so many different ways to play. Oh, here's an event. Here's a thing you can go on. You can do this. You can do the main quest, the side quests. You're discovering something new every 2 seconds. That it feels overwhelming, at least in the early couple, because the game is interrupting. Hey Gary, because you put your name in. Hey Gary, you can go do this. You can go do that. You can go do this. It's like it's almost hard to like pick something to do because it's like it's an embarrassment of riches. Like there's so much to do that I personally kind of find it overwhelming. And I know that you can do the things that I just ask Anna like what I should do next, and it will like curate it a little bit for you. But I do wish there was a little bit more of a curated experience, because it's almost, you can have too much choice can be a good thing. And when it's constantly saying, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, like it's almost like it's kind of ADHD way of playing where like, just let me focus on one thing, which of course you can do, but like the game really like barrages you with, I don't know if you remember the first couple of hours of Forza Horizon 5. Hey Gary, don't forget you can do this, don't forget you can do that. And it's like, just shut the fuck up and let me play. It's almost too much. And I think that's going to continue, but it is this open world style of like, I've never liked this idea. I've got to drive to the starting line, like and stuff like that. Just like let me just snap to places. To some extent, you can do that, but like I don't know, the open
now
world.
You can auto drive.
You can do that in Gran Turismo.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that it looks beautiful. Will I be playing it day one? Absolutely, probably on PC, so I can get get the frames.
Sure.
I played Forza Horizon 5 on my super ultra wide monitor at home because it supports that resolution. On PC, it looks absolutely sick. That's the way to play.
Everybody, just so we're all on the same page, the base is called The Estate.
Nice. All right. That's what we'll call it.
Shout out as well. We saw it just a moment ago. I forgot to bring it up. When you're making user-generated content, being able to make it with a friend at the same time, right?
That's
like
cool.
that is something we're
the social aspect, getting it all
moving closer and closer to Parkitect that we've played before with the boys. Being able to build your own theme park with up to 8 friends at the same time is awesome, right? I think there was a recent game. I forget what we would be able to build, and then you could build after, but I had to be off, right? But being able to build together at the same time is really special, and that is the future of like keeping us engaged, keeping us together with the community is awesome. I love that.
So, I mean, so you look at that estate, right, and it's massive, and there's all these different buildings. What's in all of those? I get there's a garage, right? That makes sense, and then maybe there's like a little kind of residence area. But like, what is going on in all of these other?
My
areas?
receptionist is over the building.
That's the motor testing spot right there. That's the paint area
That's
right
the kitchen.
there.
Yeah.
I want it to be like fucking FaZe Clan house or something. I want like a streamer house where like I got all my goodies. I got all my there's my candy machine over there. I want to live like a baller.
I mean, you're talking about the estate?
Yeah, that's what they want.
I mean,
look at how much. Look at all the what's in all these different buildings.
You're not going to any.
Practice,
you're not going anywhere.
Oh, you really?
There's a
No?
flat
I wanna be
area
able to
of land
walk
You think
where
those
you
are
can
just
build
cosmetic?
anything you want. A mountain hideaway, a personalized track for friends. The only real constraint is the items that the items cost in-game currency. When you build something, you pay a few credits to put down. Credits you earn in other activities across the game world, and you get the credits back if you delete something. Quote, it creates a sense of connection for us that you've worked to get these credits by taking part in something, the developer says. Winning races, delivering tofu, exploring the world. There's all sorts of things you can do to generate in-game credits. The result is a little slice of Japan that isn't just built by you, but earned by you. I bet you're going to have goofy-ass shit you can put in there.
Yeah, I want a lot of personalization, customization. I think it'll be fun.
Okay. Blessing.
What?
Talk to me about Beasts of Reincarnation. Beasts of Reincarnation.
Yeah, Game Freak, they're doing it.
They're freaking.
They're freaking. They're finally making a game that looks like it's for modern platforms. Good for them. Yeah, no, this game looks really good. Looks really good. I'm so curious about how it's going to feel when you get into combat. I think one of the big things I saw people in chat even going back and forth on was like, is this Souls-like? This doesn't seem really Souls-like. And then we see the combat pause and like all this stuff.
And I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Because that is like, Souls games not my usual cup of tea, as you know. I'll play them whatever, blah blah blah. But this didn't look like that.
I don't think.
So I want to put a pin in this.
Put a pin in it
and remind everybody that we couldn't have these cool conversations, these cool streams, this cool studio, our cool friend like Paris Lily, Gary. Without your support on Patreon.com/kindafunny, YouTube.com/kindafunnygames, Apple and Spotify, you can go there to pick up your Kind of Funny membership so you can get everything we do ad-free. Get your daily dose of me, Greg Miller, in a podcast series that's 15 to 20 minutes each and every day called The Greg Way. And of course, get good karma for supporting an 11-person small business all about live talk shows. But right now, you're not using your benefits. So here's a word from our sponsors.
This episode is brought to you by Boot.dev. If you're listening to this show, there's a solid chance that you, 1, like video games, and 2, at some point in your life have been interested in learning software development. Boot.dev combines those things because they know that the smartest way to learn is to never get bored. It takes your coding from beginner to expert the fun way, through a hands-on RPG-like experience. If you're ready to put in the time it takes, like Kevin is.
My favorite feature is that you could find a solution that works, but then afterwards, you can hit solution and see the way that they were trying to teach you to do it. That's really cool.
Curriculum designed for builders with gamers' sensibilities in mind, Boot.dev welcomes you to the most captivating way to learn to code. You can learn back-end web development from start to finish in Python, SQL, and Go. Bored learners quit, smart learners never get bored. That's why you'll learn by doing what you'd actually be doing at a job, building real projects. Go to boot.dev and use code KINDAFUNNY to get 25% off your entire first year on the annual plan. There's no better time to give your coding dreams a chance, just like Kevin's doing. Again, go to boot.dev and use code KINDAFUNNY to get 25% off your entire first year on the annual plan.
From the co-writer of Rogue One comes See You in Hell, a new Hollywood satire, kind of like The Studio, except you'd never get away with this on television, starring Shannon Woodward.
You seriously need to see a shrink or something before you get arrested for dicky waving.
Thomas Sadowski.
I don't have imposter syndrome.
You should.
John Cryer.
You think I don't know bullshit when I hear it? I represent Sean Hannity.
And John Boyega.
I was in Star Wars and Pacific Rim.
The second one.
Whatever.
See You in Hell, wherever you get your podcasts and at seeyouinhell.tv.
Hey, you! Join us in person for our live in review of Howard the Duck. That's right! Howard the Duck joins MCU in review Wednesday, January 28th at 7:30 p.m. at Cobb's Comedy Club for SF Sketchfest. You can come watch me do all the podcasts within a podcast you love. Andy will be going do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Nick will be shopping for pants during it. But everybody else will be there too for you to come hang out and see. All you have to do is go over to kindafunny.com/sketchfest right now to get your tickets before they sell out. Because coming watching a bunch of people talk about a very old Howard the Duck movie is really selling tickets fast. And we're back to talk Beast of Reincarnation, the game from Game Freak. I'd like to give you a few paragraphs from the Xbox Wire, a one-person, one-dog action RPG. The gameplay blends two styles. The protagonist, Emma, fights using fast-paced katana action, while Ku supports her with powerful skills triggered via command-based system similar to a turn-based RPG. In this game, we don't In this game, you don't have to rely on raw action skills alone to survive. By performing a parry against enemy attacks, like with Emma, you earn points that can be used to unleash Ku's abilities. You can open Ku's command anytime, and Ku possesses a wide range of skills designed to handle a variety of combat situations. Whenever you're in a pinch, Ku is always there for you. While you are selecting Ku's skills from the menu, combat slows down and gives you the breathing room to assess the battlefield and strategize your comeback. We placed a high priority on this sense of tempo. Rather than forcing players to rely solely on split-second reflexes in high-pressure situations, we wanted to create moments where you can pause, think carefully, and fight with a tactical mindset of a command-based RPG. Furthermore, the game features 3 difficulty settings. In addition to the standard normal mode, we have included highly challenging hard mode, as well as story mode. In story mode, the parry attacks or parry timing is more forgiving, and the enemy damage is reduced. To even matter more, you can do the spirits and yada yada yada. Went there. They're speaking my language, Blake.
Yeah, I'm excited for this game in the way that this game seems like a combination of so many games that I like and so many types of games that I like. Right,
Yeah.
like I see Nier in this, I see a Stellar Blade in this. Weirdly enough, with the turn-based stuff, right, or with the command-based stuff, like I even see a little bit of even Clear Obscure. Or, I like a game that's looking at so many things, pulling them together, and aesthetically, I like what they're doing with taking a lot of plant life and invoking life into it and creating combat scenarios where you're fighting things that are like these big fucking moving trees or whatever. The mechs in the background, like there's so much here that excites me. For some reason, I'm still cautiously optimistic as opposed to purely optimistic.
New IP, new thing going on there. There's a lot they've got to nail before it all nets out, and we go, okay, that's awesome. But Andy, you're always lost in these Souls games, these Stellar Blades, and these. What did you think of this one?
I think it looks fantastic. Since the first time they showed it this time around, I think it's got such a cool kind of matted look to it that doesn't look like most other, this new game in Unreal Engine 5, which that's not an engine thing, that's an art direction thing. But I think this game just has a really kind of unique look of blending. We're still going to try to be realistic with lighting and with materials and global illumination and all that. But it just got like a really cool kind of stylization to it. And yeah, I think we're going to I hope we have a really cool, interesting story that's going to tug at the heartstrings in some moments. And I hope we get to meet cool, quirky, weird NPCs along the way. That kind of guide us on our journey. But yeah, everything I've seen from the boss fights to what they're doing with the patterns and the stuff that you kind of have to like recognize in the way that these bosses are attacking. I live for that shit in action RPGs. It looks like it's going to be a freaking blast. And all the abilities that you could kind of do with the dog and like the freezing of time, that Final Fantasy kind of, freezing the action like you would in Rebirth and Remake. Like that's one of my favorite combat systems of all time. And so if they can kind of replicate that in a really neat way, I think they have a hit on their hands.
Harris, you going to jump into this one?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to jump into it. This isn't necessarily, at the top of my genre list of games that I play, but I like the fact that this has a scaling difficulty level. So if you just want to jump in and enjoy the world that they're creating, enjoy the story that they're telling in this, you can do that. But if you want to ramp it up and really dive into that combat that they're going to have, yeah, I mean, it looks great. I love the visual style that they have here. Is it Ku? It's Ku, right?
Yeah, little dog. I brought up to Tim, like, it reminds me of when your favorite director is working in a genre that they never did. Like, oh, Christopher Nolan's doing that? Like, I want to. I would never really, gravitate towards that genre, but it's so weird that this is Game Freak and they are working on something that is way more than they've done in the past. And how are they going to tackle this genre? How are they going to make it their own and kind of, find their creative ways to iterate on it? I think it could be really special.
And and there's literally just showed it right there. They're going to make you care about Ku.
Oh yeah.
And
they're gonna milk that,
of
course. Yeah.
That's going to happen.
At the end, they'll get separated. Yep. Yeah. Maybe you have to go the opposite way and save Emma. Is that what her name was? Yeah, Emma, go out that way.
Emma and Brad.
As Ku. God, I'll never forget Brad. Brad's going to be a main part of this story.
Don't worry about me. I'm also...
Brad's just killed with no reaction from anybody about
dude.
it. Kyle LaBeouf super chats and says, same studio that produced Pokemon Legends ZA and Scarlet/Violet. Think about that for a minute from the tech perspective. And again, it's what Nintendo's paying them to produce, right?
Right. I mean, it's the time they're giving them, and it's just the cycle of Pokemon. If you want to learn more about why Pokemon's the way it is, Chris Plant had a good podcast that came out, I think, last year about Pokemon, talking to an expert, and they kind of went into Game Freak, the Pokemon Company, creatures, the Nintendo, the relationship between all of them, and why it is the thing of like, hey, we got to get a Pokemon out because that then informs merchandise and anime and
cards and all that.
Cards and XYZ thing. And so it's not even that they don't have the money, it's more so that they just don't give them the time.
You're really looking at what I think we always talk shit about with Madden, with football or sports games in general. You got a 9-month dev cycle. Get it out, then get the next thing out, and then get the next thing out. And so it's always a glacial movement in terms of things getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were talking about yesterday at a thing we're at where it's it's cool seeing.
What are you doing?
It's cool seeing Game Freak do something out of this genre, and similarly with Playground. Like, here's Playground, known for the car games, and now they're working on this sort of massive open world action RPG. It's just really neat to see. And it's got to be super exciting for a lot of these developers. And we saw it plain here in this video with these developers from Game Freak going, yeah, it's awesome to be able to work on something different, like, and something that you can kind of get re-energized and not kind of just be in that cycle. Got to pump out another one of these,
Yeah.
I think I'm worried about story. I think that's where I'm like,
for sure,
that's the thing.
Very cautious because with Stellar Blade, that was the big thing for me. Where I was like, man, I really like this gameplay. The story is dog shit. I don't care about anything going on in this world. And like already from the things they're talking about, the Blight, the world that they've set up, I'm already more interested in what's going on here than even in Stellar Blade. But I feel like I just got to see. I got to hear a hook, right? We're talking about they're gonna make you care about Ku and they're gonna do whatever. I hope they make me care about Ku.
Pokemon. Like,
you'll care about Brad.
As goofy,
care about Brad.
As goofy as Pokemon stories can be, they make very, very memorable NPCs and moments and things that are, like, for better or for worse, really, really stand out. I think they can deliver a lot of that here. I think they have like storytelling power in an underrated way that makes you go like, that's how that Pokemon game ended. What like?
Oh yeah,
I think it was
Pokemon Scarlet had that for me,
dude. Yeah, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet had like that one side path that was one of the best things that they've done ever. I was like, why? Whoa, this is kind of crazy to be getting this in a Pokemon game. But I think that they have the capability to make really memorable characters. I mean, God, again, this is more of a for better or for worse because some of them are just so goofy that you go like, whoa, what the hell are you doing in this game? But I hope to see some of that weird quirkiness here.
1000%.
I think it's really interesting, Andy, what you said about how it looks visually distinct to you from a lot of the other stuff that's out there. It really goes to show just how subjective these things are, because my impression of it aesthetically was, to me, it does look very samey to a lot of the stuff that's out there. Like we saw Fable has that picture book, that storybook look that he talks about. It distinguishes itself that way. I look at this and like if I squint, I could be just as easily be looking at Black Myth Wukong or Stellar Blade or anything. This is becoming a very, very crowded genre, right? This kind of run around RPG, awesome combos, kind of hybrid turn-based and real-time attacks, sword and magic, and obviously all of the Soulsborne games. Like it's a very, very crowded genre, and it's becoming harder and harder, I think, to distinguish yourself. I think if this game's going to do that, I think the dog companion is a big deal. We always love having a companion, and obviously again that's going to speak to story, and we'll come to care about the dog, and when they almost kill it, we'll go, oh no, what are you doing? And all that stuff is kind of, I think, taken for granted. I think where the dog is more interesting is as this additional gameplay mechanic, right? Where you can bring him in. Right. And it's cool, right? So where Expedition 33, one of the areas where it found a lot of success was kind of the hybridization of that combat system, right? Where it was mostly turn-based, but they had sprinkled in a little bit of real time when you had to time the parries, right? And that made it kind of a bit more interesting than just like sitting back, pressing a button, waiting for the animation to play out. This almost feels a little bit like the opposite of that, where it's primarily real time, but then there's a little bit of sprinkle in that turn base where you can pause the action, slow it down. But you notice also, I don't know if you watched it there, but like when you activate whatever Ku's power is, there's also a timing specifically. You have to nail the timing to get a perfect hit, almost like a Clair Obscure where you want that perfect parry to really be able to like pop off with your counter attack. And so I think there's potential for the combat system to be really interesting. Again, visually it looks great, right? Technically it looks great. It doesn't look terribly different to Yote or Assassin's Creed Shadows or Black Myth or a lot of other stuff that's out there.
In the next year and a half, right? Like we're always, I say half because I'm thinking of Ties of Annihilation. I don't know when that game's coming out, but like in the next year, we're talking about Neo 3. We're talking about Phantom Blade 0, right? We're talking about this. And again, these games aren't all the same, but I think they're speaking to the same audience.
Yeah. See, if I can jump in, that's my one thing I think to throw in the pot here is that I think all the games you just talked about, I know aren't Greg games. I don't want the stylish action combat, the combos, I have to be so precise with my parries. When I watch this game, and I could just be being sold a false bill of goods, it doesn't look like that. It looks like, yeah, it's going to be a Rise of the Ronin. It's going to be a Ghost of Yote, and not to that degree. But it's going to be an Assassin's Creed, whatever, because I am stealthing around. They were like, you can stealth around and attack them this way. You can use them this way. It didn't seem like that was a can thing as much as a choice for my Emma and how I play, which again, when I look at the way you are fighting and you have health bars and all that jazz, it's making me go, oh, it's an action RPG and not a Souls-like, which is a Greg game, even though I think at a glance, sure.
I would say that even the games that I'm listing, though, aren't necessarily Souls-likes, right? Like, I don't know if I would describe a Tides of Annihilation or a Phantom Blade Zero as Souls-likes, but I do think they speak to that same audience, and I think a lot of that audience just doesn't have the time or is tired.
Yeah, it's where the genre's gone. I think, you know, a lot of developers saw the success of Souls games and said, oh, we want to make something like that, and you don't necessarily want to make a game as hardcore, so there's just been a lot of games that are action RPGs. It's, you know, we're swiping away, we're doing cool abilities, things look really, there's a lot of visual flourish on everything. I think when I was talking about this game having like a very distinct look, I meant more in like that I play these games all the time for many an hour, and it just has a really nice, like, in the way that that I was talking about with Fable having this very kind of bloomy look, there's like kind of a very neat little matted, like, I think the way the materials are acting with the world is what I'm noticing more than anything. But also it doesn't look like it's what we've gotten from Team Ninja countless times with, this just looks like a this looks like a remastered game in an old ass engine that like we just need to do away with that engine, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Right, you should try Neo 3.
Should I?
I mean, you like Rise of the Ronin.
I do.
I feel like Neo 3 is going to have more commonality with that one than these other action games.
Maybe I will.
This one is a pragmata for me. One that a game that I've seen many of times, but then you switch up the combat system. You add something, a little bit of flavor, and I go, oh, I'm into that. Like, I might try this now, because Pragmata for me was that gunplay where it's like, oh, it's just a third-person action adventure shooter, right? But, oh, now you have this hacking mechanic where then you shoot at it, right? I love the Final Fantasy VII comparison of like, hey, there's this like real-time strategy mixed in with that action combat that you know and love from all these games. I'm like, you know what? Like, that's selling me enough to be like, I would try this now over, hey, oh, it's just a thing I've seen 1,000.
I think that hybrid combat model where you're mostly slashing, but you can drop into that bullet time and like give yourself a moment to think and then deploy something strategically. I think that is really fun.
The remake or Final Fantasy remake Rebirth?
No, it's on
Man, that's that is that game.
That's the same vibe.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. It is like this. You're hacking and slashing, but then you pause to go, I want to do this ability because I know it's going to weaken their shield, and then I'll have homie do whatever ability. You're like, oh my god.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Yeah, you know I have to do it. Sith Hunters 965. Gary claims he's not biased for every game mentioned at every turn. He will shit on PlayStation. Pathetic for such an old guy.
Tell him, Gary.
Tell him, Gary.
Gary, tell him.
Give him the one.
Get him, Gary.
First of all, go fuck yourself. I was playing and analyzing and reviewing video games and computer games before you were a fucking itch in your daddy's pants. So go fuck yourself on that. You have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Educate yourself before you fucking start shitting on the keyboard and embarrassing yourself. Secondly, can anyone point to any point at all on this part where I've done anything to shit on PlayStation? Even one time? Even one time?
Never once.
I believe when
These
we were
people
watching
live in their own fucking reality.
When we were watching Fable, you said this isn't as good as Helldivers. I did hear you say that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I vividly remember saying that again. Just seriously, don't embarrass, because I will eventually fucking cook you.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're talking about. What a stupid fucking... First of all, again, respect your elders and betters. Because I am older than you, I am also a lot better than you. I'm fucking smarter than you. I know a lot more about games. I've been doing this for a long fucking time. My opinion actually has weight. Your opinion is fucking meaningless.
You're
an idiot.
Shit.
You're watching Gary. Gary's not watching you.
I've been saying for a while now, both to you privately and publicly, I'm shifting over to PlayStation a little bit.
Yeah.
I asked for PlayStation 5 codes now.
Yeah.
I've been
never have time to come on the reviews, but you asked for the codes.
I like that because I'm hedging my bets, because Xbox, might be one foot in the grave. We don't know. You've got to start, spreading your bets out a little bit.
You did say the PS5 Pro will be the definitive console version for Forza.
So the PlayStation version will be the best place to play fucking Forza other than a PC. What a fucking moron!
Yeah,
don't ever fucking mouth off, run your mouth in this chat again, because you're a fucking twat.
Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
I'm so
I don't even
glad
know
I'm
who
here.
Sorry, I don't mean to. Every now and again, I've just got to.
You got it. No, you're fair.
How long is it going to take for Forza to come to PlayStation?
They didn't say.
They just said end of the year.
They said
I
it
think.
in the year,
this
though.
year.
That was
They said
impressive.
this
Yeah.
year.
Well,
I
I
bet
want to
you-
play at launch though, but I also want to play on my Pro.
Cross
Well,
save,
if you
cross
wanna
play.
play it, yeah.
Wait, is it cross save?
I mean, it's play anywhere.
Well, I mean, it's play,
Well, now
well
for
right now,
PlayStation.
it's play
No,
anywhere for
PlayStation.
us.
But that's
Yeah,
not how
yeah.
PlayStation works.
Yeah, but you got a PC.
Yeah,
You got
play
a
it on
Steam
PC.
Deck.
Where's,
you got
where,
a, you got an
where's
Xbox.
this
Get
guy's?
on that.
Where's this
I
guy's
don't know if my
brilliant
PC is as
comeback?
good as my Pro.
Oh, he left the chat. Good. Fuck off.
And then, of course, the fourth and final game, even though we're doing everything out of order, was Kiln, the shadow, much shadowly mentioned, hey, this is what the fourth game will probably be. It actually was from Double Fine, an online multiplayer he got me too. Party brawler. Going to be 4v4 spring 2026, Xbox, PC, and PS. That means PlayStation, Tim.
Wow.
Mike, again, I will go to you. You are the
Yeah.
streaming guy. You are, you are the streaming of the multiplayer party briefing.
yeah.
What did you think of this?
Love a good multiplayer game. Love a good fun party game. I think this is really cool. I think this is a fun, unique, weird, wacky, fun idea that Double Fine gets to do, right? We talk about these games. Blessing said it so well. It's like, we talk about all these developers wanting them to try different things, do different things. But then when we see them, we're like, I don't want that. Just give me the normal stuff, right? And it's like, Double Fine continues to get weird with it, and I love that Xbox and Microsoft somehow give Tim Schafer all the leeway in the world to just make these games, no matter how well they're received or sell, it doesn't matter. Just make them and have fun with it, right? And there's a lot of great party games out there that you can play with your friends that this looks just like that I've played before. And I get excited for those because it's going to be a fun night, 2 nights, weekend with my friends that will laugh and enjoy this, right? And I think the big one here is the creativity, the creation of making your own pottery is the big deal, right? If this was just 8 set pottery pots, you'd be like, I'm good. Like, I'll get bored after a while. But the idea that we can spend countless hours creating our own fun creations and then bringing them out into the battlefield and laughing when Greg brings out a dick pot and we all laugh at it. And Gary paints his whatever crazy colors he wants. Like, it's going to be really cool. And I think the creative suite is probably the most interesting of like wowing of this, but then also the gameplay looks fun. It's going to be a fun afternoon, a good couple hours of playing with your friends, laughing, doing whatever crazy, quest this is to collect water, put it on the other team's kiln, and then walking away with a victory or a loss will be fun. I'm excited for this. This will be a good night to 2 nights for me.
Is that enough?
It's never enough. Greg, if you want to get business Mike with me,
I do want to give me business. Mike.
Business Mike looks at this and goes, "Damn it, Tim Schafer! Like, this isn't gonna sell. This isn't gonna move the needle. Like, people are gonna play this twice and they're never gonna want this." But then, like, in reality, it's like, yes, this is a great game to add on to Game Pass. This is a fun time for people to enjoy, to show that your team over at Double Fine can create something weird, wacky, without going, "Hey, Mike, I'm blowing the budget. This needs 7 years to create." Right?
I don't think Tim Schafer and Double Fine are idiots, though. They don't make this and going, we're making this to sell.
Oh yeah, but they go from a creative side, right?
Yeah.
They don't. I don't think Tim Schafer's.
I don't think they're.
The business side is like penny pinching wise. It's like, this is not worth their time. This was never worth development time to create.
But I guess on the business side of it, right? They're talking about how they made this out of Amnesia Fortnite, right? This was a side project. Oh, this is a cool idea. Yeah, sure, let's make this. Let's put it out. No company makes this game thinking it's going to have 20,000 concurrents on week 3. I think they know that. I think this is one of those ones where they're like, hey, we did something here. Hey, this is pretty fun. I look at it as like a Gotham City Imposters. I look at it as like we're putting out something that does not need to live, that does not need to thrive, that a small group of people are going to enjoy, and we get to keep doing Double Fine things. And I think that's just how this studio operates.
And that's what I celebrate. And I love that, right? I love that they're able to do that, right? But like, this is going to, at retail, this is probably $20, right? For a PlayStation copy of this, right? $20 to $40 is usually the window of these games, right? It's like, how much is that really going to sell, right? How much effort and time did this studio put into that when they could be making Psychonauts 3, right? That would probably be more of the priority, or getting them being real and being like, it's time to make Banjo.
I think you're talking about. I think you're talking about any other studio that's not Double Fine, though.
Well, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
It's like, the leeway that Phil and Xbox and Microsoft has given Tim and his team to create the fun stuff that we all love, from The Keepers, which has no dialogue. It's just a 3-hour walking experience. No one gets that, which is crazy. That's like, man, shout out to them. That's really great that we've been able to say that on the Xcast for years now to be like, man, that's wild they do that. Or Obsidian with Pentiment and Grounded, right? Like, that's crazy that when we first have these conversations, it's like, oh, they're going to change this whole team up. They're going to make them make a banjo, and that's the only thing they're going to do. They're going to lay off 1,000 people. Double Fine's out here still existing and still making wacky and fun stuff.
Because this is what Double Fine's always been doing.
Yeah.
And shout out to Xbox for continuing to support that. You talk about business, Mike. You talk about this. We're always worried about closures, X, Y, and Z. The fact that they brought them in and didn't make them just be a Call of Duty skin house or whatever the fuck it would be. You know what I mean? They're letting them make weird ass shit that is not going to move the needle for sales, but is going to be art.
Yeah, I would have been really negative on this if they said, and here's what our battle pass looks like in season 2 and our roadmap. It's like, it's just a little goofy game.
I want to, Paris, I want you to talk. My one final thing
It's a Game Pass
is
game.
it reminds me so much of Fat Princess.
I was gonna
and
say
like
Fat
weird
Princess.
ass stuff you used to do in the early days of online gaming. Go.
No, actually, my question is for you because I know
hey.
you've been reading like the Xbox Wire. Have they said anything about matchmaking in this?
What would you be looking for?
Because I would expect
MMR?
because going off of what Blessing is saying, I don't think this game was made to be this big, 50,000 people are playing it at once type of game. So I almost think there isn't matchmaking in it because it's a thing.
Oh, you would just play with your friends.
You're going to get together on a Friday night with your friends and play.
Interesting.
I'm searching for matchmaking and I'm not finding anything. It's a Mike Nelson preview. It has some cool stuff in here. I'm told there's 24 total special attacks in the game, and they're all inspired by the functionality of their shapes. Something I had to consider when shaping my pots is that my water capacity and health are inverse to each other. The greater capacity, the less health I have. That's where the strategy comes in.
To the business conversation, right? I look at this, and while watching this entire segment, I couldn't stop thinking about Media Molecule and how, man, this could be them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they put out a big project. They put out Dreams, right? Something that was meant to be hey, everybody, look how forward-looking this is. This is us still being creative, but also us trying to make this big thing and put it out. And we don't know what Media Molecule is doing right now. I worry every day about that studio that we're going to wake up and it is, all right, Media Molecule just doesn't exist anymore.
I feel the same way about Double Fine. I mean, constant
But
low
they put
level
games out,
anxiety.
though.
They keep letting them make weird shit.
The difference is that Double Fine puts games out.
Zeke Speaks Super Chats confirm matchmaking in an Xbox Pure interview.
Yeah.
And I think if this was a problem with Microsoft for Double Fine, I don't think we would see Kiln today. I don't think we would have seen Keeper 4 months ago or 2 months ago.
Every time you see a new game from Double Fine, there's almost such a sense of like they're still going. It's just like you're just glad. So look, I have a very special place in my heart for Double Fine and Tim, as we all should, right?
We're taking him to dinner.
Oh, nice, good for you.
House of Prime Rib.
Oh, good, I love it. Get the King Henry. Well, don't fuck around.
The mashed potatoes.
Oh, so I remember you told these are the best mashed potatoes I've ever had. I got to get back there. So yes, fantastic. I'd love to see it. And I would make the argument that in the broader context of this showcase, look at the games around it. You need something like this, right? Because don't get me wrong, Fable, Forza, and Beast. What is it? Beast of Reincarnation.
Yeah.
All look fantastic, right? But they're all in very established genres. Fable and Beast are essentially like not that different from one another in terms of like core mechanics and stuff. As you can running around fantasy world. And Forza's Forza. This is like the wacky uncle, right? This is like the one, like the outlier. There's something that's a bit different, and you've got to have that in your lineup, right? Otherwise, everything starts to feel the same. And again, I don't know to what extent Double Fine is operating at a profit or a loss, or to how much Microsoft might see them as a we don't make a lot of money here, but like we got to keep them going just because
I've always
an office space very well known to be cheap in San Francisco.
Yeah, and I think but I think they've got very, like you said, they said like we do this when we step away from our core project. So this is like one of their little offshoot things, and I love the fact that they have a model where they can. Presumably they've figured out a way to kind of devote a limited amount of resources to a game, so like they can take a risk, but not a risk that's going to sink the company if the game doesn't work. Because you're right, this probably isn't going to pop off like to a huge degree. These party brawlers never really do, right? Has there ever been like a mega example of that? Like Party Animals was fun, Gang Beasts was fun.
Gang Beasts, yeah.
These kind of games are fun, but like I don't know if there's necessarily a high ceiling for that kind of game. And it's strange, like of all the 4 games that I can play, I can imagine pretty much what the experience of playing the other 3 is going to be like, right? This one, I have no fucking idea what this game's going to feel like to play, and that's interesting to me. Like, how does the design of a pot affect its functionality and gameplay? I have no idea. Yeah. What exactly does the different game modes feel like? It feels almost a little bit Splatoon-y, when you're like collecting the water and putting it into the kiln. There's a lot of unknowns here, which I think is interesting. I'm just like one of these people who I'm so glad that they're still making games like this, that Double Fine is still out there. Otherwise, everything would feel so much more samey. We need developers and we need people like Double Fine to kind of keep this kind of wacky ass shit alive, because so few people are still doing it.
I want to be on the stream for this. That's my thing. I want to try this game. I want to see it, and I hope it grabs me like a Fat Princess did back in the day, but we'll see.
Yeah, if I was
I
talking
can't wait to create. It's gonna be fun.
If I'm going to talk about the game itself, I don't know if I'm going to play. As
Will
much
you
as I
try,
support
though? I mean, that's the
I
thing,
try
right?
it. Yeah, if you put me on a stream or something, I'll for sure.
Yeah,
play
I don't think
some
I'm going to get deep in the meta, and like, you know what I mean? But I think that's also the kind of game I think they're trying to make, which again speaks back to the now dated to a degree Xbox Game Pass ethos, right? Of like, let's give you cool shit to keep you around and play. This is a night. You're here for Fable. You're here for Forza. Let's give you something weird and wacky that you can hopefully have a friend who already has Game Pass or could convince to buy for a night for $10, like Mike's always talking about.
And by the way, I don't know, again, I'm not business Gary, but I think it's nice for Double Fine that these games can now ship onto PlayStation as well, right? Because they can sell more copies of these games. That, you know, we want to keep Double Fine alive, and the more places they can sell games, and the larger audience they can reach with this stuff, the better.
Yeah, of course. As we start winding down, wrapping up, remember everything coming to PlayStation. The one exception in quotes is Forza coming later to PlayStation, not day and date, but everything else was announced, you know, for all these dates, which actually brings up an interesting point. Michael, 25th anniversary of Xbox this year.
Big deal.
Grand Theft Auto looming in that November period.
What a 25 years. Get this
Kiln
with that.
coming spring. Forza, May. Beast of Reincarnation, summer. Fable, autumn.
World of Warcraft, Diablo, spring, right? You add in Call of Duty.
Starfield.
Never give up. But I was more driving to Gears E-Day, Halo Campaign Evolved.
Yes.
It's a big year for Xbox with a big juggernaut waiting in the wings. When do you think you get Gears? When do you think you get Halo?
That's why we always talk about this. They just jam-pack that second half of the year. We're always intimidated, this January through March window. Slide something in there for me. Help me out, right? But like, they have those, right? You have Diablo, World of Warcraft. Those all have like that spring dates right there. You also have like games like Forza that's coming out in May, which May feels so far away, but it's right around the corner.
Here right
That's
on
the
top
problem.
of it
And so,
before
like,
you know.
yeah, I always get on this. I'm like, hey, let's hit that first half. But they show this end of January. It's pretty much February by this point now, and we're all going to be turning and burning into that. So it's tough to jam pack this, but 25 years is a big deal. We know we still have games looming, right? Clockwork Revolution is out there. State of Decay is somewhere out there. State of Decay is out there somewhere.
Not
right?
this year, it ain't.
There's more games next year.
Yeah.
But this year is a big deal, right? 25 years of Xbox. Xbox having this new identity. Everything is an Xbox. We're also like, what are we doing with the next year hardware? It's going to be exciting times to show. But Gears and Halo will hit the 25th anniversary and get steamrolled by GTA. It's just fine. It's only the campaign.
Just fine.
It's 13 levels. It doesn't matter. Gears is the one that has to make room away from
October.
Yeah, Gears has to be before GTA. That's the one that matters, because I'm bringing Gears to PlayStation just like Halo is, but like Halo's the old one. This is a new one.
It's funny that no one else can really date a game for the back half of 2026 until Rockstar make their move.
No,
you know?
of course. But they've given a date, so that's all people can go by right now. But I got to push back on what you just said with Halo. I said it before. I'll say it again. I think it would be a bad idea for it to come on the 25th anniversary. Not even in the Xbox of things. It is the first time that Master Chief is going to be on a PlayStation platform. If everyone's just playing Grand Theft Auto, guess what? No one's playing fucking Halo.
No.
So you put it out in August. You give it plenty of breathing room.
Yeah.
You introduce them to Master Chief. And on the 25th
Yeah,
anniversary.
Oh. You know what I would tell you?
Phil Spencer walks out.
Yeah.
This is the camera. Phil Spencer walks out. And he goes, and now the future of Halo. And you show off the next Halo with the multiplayer.
Oh.
That's what you do on the 25th anniversary.
You show
for
off
Halo.
multiplayer.
You show off what's coming. Like, now that we've celebrated 25 years of Xbox, now let's take a look into the future of Xbox. And you show the next Halo.
Okay.
That's what
See,
you
that's
do.
my problem is, like, you can hype up Halo all you want, but Halo Campaign Evolved is missing a massive piece.
Multiplayer.
And that's the multiplayer.
Yeah,
So, like,
I'm honestly
Do you think
shocked
that's
they're
coming?
not
Do you
going to
think,
have
do you think they
a
will add
multiplayer
that
on
component?
PlayStation.
Do you think they will add that component? Do you think they'll be like Halo multiplayer evolved?
I am shocked that they're introducing Halo to PlayStation without multiplayer. That honestly surprises me. So this is why I think you at least have to show what the next version of multiplayer is going to be in this calendar year. You do it on the 25th anniversary, and when I'm wrong, everyone will
Yeah.
Well, I don't think any of you are wrong. What a great day today to hang out, huh? Thanks for coming through, Gary, Paris. Making
happy to be here. It's good to be here on a day when the Xbox vibes are on.
Yeah.
Because, we've had a lot of, it wasn't that long ago they were canceling Perfect Dark Zero and this and that, and the vibes were all fucked up.
Yeah.
This is a strong showing.
It was a very strong showing.
Great distraction.
Thank you all for hanging out with us, of course, for this episode of the Kind of Funny Gamescast. If you're watching live, don't go anywhere. Our day is still just beginning. You are getting Kind of Funny Games Daily right after this with Roger and Paris. Paris, I hope you got some left in the tank to talk about whatever Roger's assembled. I hear everything's horrible at Ubisoft. Then it'll be in review. Then it will be the video stream. No rest for the wicked. I'm excited to see that and see how co-op works. Of course, shout out to Jason Schreier. When we were talking about all this, the chat was popping off about a BS. That's a Blue Sky, Tim. With a walking lighthouse simulator and a pottery warrior brawler, it's sad to see that Double Fine has just become another trend chaser. Very funny. Of course, everybody, we couldn't do this without your support. Pick up a Kind of Funny membership. Patreon.com/kindoffunny, YouTube.com/kindoffunnygames, Apple, Spotify. Get everything ad-free. Get your daily dose of me, Greg Miller, in a series we call Greg Way. That's 15 to 20 minutes every day. And of course, get good karma for supporting an 11-year-old small business. It's already up on Patreon. It's already up on BS. Go give us your hot takes about Xbox's performance today so you can be part of tomorrow's Hot Takes Gamescast. But until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.